Hey there, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of Talkin' Schmoedown. I mean, technically, it's not even really an episode of Talkin' Schmoedown. This is a brand new show. It's not a show I'm going to do all the time, but it's something that I really wanted to try. So, to kind of give you a little bit of insight of what I'm doing here, I have decided that I am going to officially do my very first reaction watch along to a Schmoedown match. And what better match or even event to do than this current Schmoedown Throwdown? Chris Jericho versus Kevin Smith. I mean, come on. With Ghai and Bateman 2 as the undercard. I mean, really, at this stage in the game, nothing better right now. You know what I mean? So, without further ado, welcome to Watchin Schmoedown. That's right. And I'd like to give a shout out to my buddy Jay Wade, host of SEN Afterlive, for that name, Watchin Schmoedown. I am so pumped for it. I mean, it just fits perfectly, doesn't it? So let's, honestly, I don't have really a whole lot to say about this, to preface this. Like I said, we've got Chris Jericho, we've got Kevin Smith. This has been a highly, highly anticipated match, especially for me. Huge wrestling fan, huge Kevin Smith fan. So my worlds are meeting here, and I love it. And Ghai Bateman, man, I've been waiting for this rematch ever since Houston, and let's see if that digital wheel does Ghai dirty yet again. All right, so we are going to get into this match. Into this event here. All right, let's get started. All right, so I mean, there's going to be some pre stuff like this and whatnot. I may or may not cut this out. I haven't decided.
Why should you?
But
this
as
is
of right now,
ultimate sport.
We're all just going to leave it in because I am going to
It is
watch
the
this.
best movie trivia players in the world competing at the top level. Plus,
And yes,
our
I
morning
will
show,
be
SEN
playing
Live,
along.
and brand new
Got
shows
my digital
coming your
whiteboard
way.
right
And
here.
just as always,
I
the
figure
Patreon
since
has
I'm not a
become
competitor,
the most
I can use my
significant
iPad
thing in
as a
the Trivia
whiteboard.
Schmoedown, because we
it
want to
doesn't
make
matter.
sure that for those people who are supporting the league, that we're able to give back, and that we're able to treat the Patreon like a streaming service. We want to make sure that if you are at that $10 level, that you're getting the big pay-per-views that we're doing, that you're getting the exclusive matches. We're going to be doing watch-alongs. Anything that we have that can be exclusive, you guys will get that. And on the lower tiers, you'll make sure that you'll get that a few days later, and you'll have all the access. You'll have access to competitors. There's so much that you're able to do. If you can't join the Patreon, we understand. Go on over and click a like, share it. That stuff is important. The growth
it is very important.
Is something that we wanted to make sure that we were giving to you guys, and hence why we put so much effort into making sure that the Patreon.
I'm really excited to do this this watch along, man. It's something I've wanted to do for quite a while. And so
look and see what tier
finally getting
today is right for you.
The chance to having the setup for it and everything.
So much.
I'm actually pretty excited for it.
See you over at Patreon.com.
I hope you guys are excited. I know watch-alongs are a big thing.
The new Schmoedown collectibles are here. Go to store.skybound.com.
I actually did buy a shirt recently. If you watched my last episode of Talkin' Schmoedown, I actually showed my shirt.
By Attack Peter, an exclusive design.
That one right there, that Corruption shirt. It's fantastic. I love it. It's such a beautiful design.
Movie trivia
I couldn't pass up. This is my very first Schmoedown shirt.
Email newsletter at
theschmoedownlive.com
today to receive 15% off your first order.
Yeah. All right, here we go. The Schmoedown Throwdown. Let's see what kind of awesomeness Nerd Chronic has given us today. Yes. Man, I can't believe it's finally happening. You know what I mean? Christian has been trying to get both these guys in here for so long. So I just can't believe it's finally happening. But first, we gotta make it do Ghai versus Bateman. This is gonna be a hell of a match. It's gonna be
welcome back to the movie trivia Schmoedown. It is the
Bill S.
Schmoedown
Preston
Throwdown.
Esquire.
That's right, a huge double main event here today. I am Christian Harloff, joined as always by Mark Baby Carrots Ellis. Mark,
the orange tie.
This is massive. What a massive day it is here today. This co-main event that we have. I don't know how it happened, but somehow we have Chris Jericho facing Kevin Smith. That's right. That Kevin Smith. They are facing each other in a movie trivia battle here. I have loved Kevin Smith. And this isn't just some random celebrity match. They are going to be
over 2
points.
decades.
The winner will be earning points for their faction. Smith for the quirky Mercs. Jericho early for the Rockstars. Fighting to see what happens. And that's just one of the big matches here today.
You heard it here, folks.
After Chasing Amy had already come out. So it was probably like 90. I was in early high school. So it was probably like 98,
back in the day.
99.
Now has one of the most famous wrestlers on the planet, a champion of his industry, and
now
he's
Mallrats. I think I was at like Blockbuster,
going up
and
against
I found
director, producer,
and I loved
actor, writer,
and then I saw
and the man who put the term
Chasing Amy
stink palm into the
and loved it. And then eventually I saw Clerks. I saw the other two
on
first,
Chris Jericho. Christian,
which was interesting because then you go back, you watch Clerks, and oh man, all this stuff links together. It's really fucking cool. And then obviously Dogma,
James match. It's one of the biggest matches we've ever had.
And my brother,
and it is absolutely because if you look at what both Kevin Smith and Chris Jericho have done for their respective industries,
if there was
dream
one
for us for
like
fans
exhibition match, I think I could
it's not one of these things like
really well in. I think it would be a Kevin Smith match. Like I would take on
wanted
Rachel
to be on the show. They both
wanted
to compete.
Awesome.
Chris Jericho challenged Kevin Smith back when we were hosting Collider Live.
I remember
challenged
that.
him on the spot at the end. I didn't even bring it up. I go, today I'm not bringing up the Schmoedown.
Yeah, we used to
and he
cover
brought it up at the end.
We used to cover Collider Live
on Schmoedown. I want to play Kevin Smith.
Kevin
Smith came in and said, I want to play in Schmoedown.
And that ended obviously when Collider Live ended.
Did it. No, I really want to do
SCN
it.
After
and
Live,
they both got signed free agency, and we had this match. Questions. I don't know how they're going to be. You have to assume that Kevin Smith going into this thing is the favorite because he's just such a trivia. I mean, a movie mind. The guy is so brilliant. But I'm never going to count Jericho out. Chris Jericho has accomplished so much in his career.
He loves movies. You can't.
And his career has been built upon competition, Christian. Whether it's in the world of sports entertainment, it's just getting those reps in at the gym, or it's hitting high notes on stage so soaring they would make Sebastian Bach sweat through his leather chaps. But then you're right. You do have Kevin Smith, and you have Buddy Jesus. Could be pointing and giving us the thumbs up.
You guys like my shirt?
I would not
be surprised. The Office, a musical parody.
Jericho take this also.
You guys ever get a chance to see that? Highly recommend.
It could go to sudden death. This is going to be a match. I don't want this one to end. Sometimes you get challenges, you get bogged down announcing this, and this is not going to be one of those.
I'm interested to see how that goes.
Do we have Jericho versus Smith? That's only one match that we're talking about.
If stuff like that happens,
there is for all those people here who are new,
Jericho
joining and have never seen a movie trivia Schmoedown. You picked a great one to join us for, not just for the reason
they may not be the most familiar with the actual gameplay. We have two of the biggest stars
that we have ever had.
So we'll see how that goes.
And that is Andrew Ghai, the Debonair, formerly Dastardly.
The Debonair.
His former partner. These guys were best friends and now enemies. Ben the Boss Bateman, a former champion of the movie trivia Schmoedown.
Man, these promos that he's been doing, the one that he posted earlier today.
These are massive stars. This was the new blood that have become the face of the movie trivia Schmoedown.
I should have clipped that out and played it before I started.
The winner of this gets a shot.
I hope they show it.
Dangerous Dan Merle from Screen Junkies fame. He's going to be defending the title against one of these guys.
He's actually a really good actor.
Friends become enemies.
And I am so actually excited to see where it all goes. So,
I'm happy to say
I don't know where it's going to lead, but I'm excited to find out. I hope you guys are.
Once a month. But with these guys, the split entails questions. Who gets the family Bible? And I don't know if these fellas are going to be – I don't know what their living situation is right now, but I do know that there's a lot of heat, there's a lot of passion, and there is a lot of animosity going on, and Action Army has been torn apart as a result. We know that they're chiming in. You can see them in the live chat. Christian, this is a match that the fans have been waiting for. They're practically foaming at the mouth.
Yeah, there was animosity. There really was. When you go back to Houston, when these two fought one-on-one for the first time, they've competed a total of 3 times, twice in teams and once in singles. Right. Andrew Ghai has taken both of the teams matches, and Bateman took the singles match in Houston in a wrestling ring. And Andrew Ghai also got whacked by a chair in the middle of that ring by his former best friend.
Get his revenge here, you know.
A lot's been going on with both of them.
Will the singles matches continue to go?
It doesn't seem like they've really been addressing each other that much. It just kind of led them back to this.
What I want to see,
been off with the Finstock Exchange doing
I want
his
to
thing,
see guys send somebody to Ben's house
for Andrew Ghai. I don't know what's been going on with him. He's been throwing accusations about behind the scenes tomfoolery and whatnot, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where he is.
It would be awesome.
Sometimes he answers in weird messages and weird calls, and sometimes he seems like the Andrew Ghai of old. So I don't know where we're going to get here today. But you want to see how we got here? You want to learn about it? You don't know who the hell these guys are yet? Well, you're going to know a lot about them after you see this. Here we go.
Ghai, baby. That's right. All right, Nerd Chronic. Oh, yeah, I love this. It's funny because, like, it's not a steel chair, so it's like, it definitely doesn't hurt as much, but he got him good. I've taken many a chair shot in my day as a former wrestler. 2 spinners
and an opponent, that's what he needs to beat me? Are you kidding me? Wow, no way! I wonder what you want to happen tonight, Christian. Fine, if that's how he wants to win, and I know Christian heard me.
Repeat the question. No, that's it. Men's down. I said it at 2. You in live events with me, it's ridiculous.
Oh, man. This is bringing up so many memories for me because I went off so many times at Christian on this show, on Talking Schmoedown, about
Ellis heard
the
repeat in round 1. That electronic wheel is BS.
Because he says he said that too. That is not true.
A good time to announce
however,
it's time
Christian said
for
it was
change.
2,
Do I forgive Ben Bateman
1,
for being a
repeat.
No.
And he was like, Christian was like, 1 pens down, like instantly.
And I'm gonna win a belt.
And he said repeat at the exact same time. No,
most
most of the time, pretty much every other time, he says 1, gives a beat, then says pens down.
Goodbye to the Dasher to say hello to Debonair.
And I've clipped out examples of it, and it was a whole lot of
making sure that
it was a whole lot of bull. It really was. But it is what it is. Hopefully something like that does not happen again. And that guy here we go.
This is what my room has looked like since I figured out about the Schmoedown.
Why did Matt actually challenge that question, Christian? Why am I playing online, Christian? You know how I feel about the digital wheel, Christian.
You and I are finally going to face each other. KO, you and I, one day. But not today.
What? You told me to sit out of the tournament so I'd have this match.
That's what the plan was.
Andrew, I'll give you Bateman one-on-one.
Here we go.
On an undercard.
Hashtag Schmoedown.
Or Merle, whoever the champion is.
Yeah, I'll take it. Are you kidding? Look, whatever they want, I'll do it. Okay?
Do you want to win?
Of course.
The Schmoedown has control of Andrew Ghai.
You digital wheel once again.
Or maybe Andrew Ghai is the Schmoedown.
Let's take it head on.
Just think about it.
I'll see you online.
I mean, Ben doesn't believe him. So we'll see. Yeah, this is the one from earlier.
Ghai 2. It's going to be the same result as Bateman Ghai 1. Maybe minus getting by a chair.
But I'm here to tell you how good it is to be back on the stage, and I'm gonna kill you, Ben. I've always known I was the greatest player to ever play this game, and it would just take time to get there. I went into Atlanta against the current greatest player to ever play the game, knowing exactly what was going to happen. Do you know what I get? I get a free shot at my former teammate. Number 1 contenders. Last time in Houston, things didn't go the way that I wanted. This is the day to get him back. And then if I get him, guess what? Guess who's coming up soon? Guy versus Merle 2. You got it, baby. It's head games, people. Hey, what he did on Backstage, that was head games.
Having a psychotic episode. I don't believe any of that. I think Andrew Ghai is going to come in fully prepared. I think Sam Levine's going to have tricks up his sleeve.
Bateman is not going to know what hit him. He's going to think this is, it's an easy win for him. Not a chance. Bateman goes down today.
So I love how, that's happening. But
Bateman 2, revenge.
Guy's own manager's like, it's head games, It's like,
I was born to
probably shouldn't say it. I'm just putting that out there. Probably shouldn't give that away if that's the case.
Ever seen play this game. So Andrew Ghai, I look forward to what you bring. I know I'm going to get your best game. Mine's going to be just a little bit better.
We'll see, Ben. We'll see. I guess it all depends. What will affect a player more? A title loss or ring rust? I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Is that everything that you wanted to see? I thought the first promo between these two guys was amazing. It adds up and it shows you. I don't think Sam Levine knows what the hell's going on with Andrew Ghai, because when Mike Kalinowski turned the match away from Ghai started shooting off stuff about Schmoedown and this and that. And
Not the Schmoedown.
And Sam
didn't
know what was happening either. It seemed like Andrew was yelling at him. They seem to be on the same page now. But either way, Andrew's in his car, as we saw in that promo, and he seems nervous.
By the way, everybody, make sure you follow me on Twitter right down
Bateman,
there.
Who seems very focused about getting back to Dan Merle, who he lost the title to in Atlanta this year.
Want to leave any comments?
Ben Bateman having
your
that
thoughts on the match,
focus to the point where you wonder, wait, how much Huey Lewis
also
is
be
this guy
sure to follow me and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'd really like to get the YouTube channel up to 100 subscribers. I think that'd be fantastic, and I'm counting on you guys, all the fans out there who watch the show. So please do and share it with your friends. It really would mean the world to me.
In the history going on with these two fellas, and you see that chair go up and at Andrew Ghai's back, and he just thinks somewhere in the green room right now, if Chris Jericho wasn't already ready for this matchup, he just started doing some pre-game push-ups. That's going to get him locked in.
Well, two people who are locked in here on very different ends of the spectrum when it comes to the rankings as far as factions go. You have this guy, the manager of Ben Bateman and the Finstock Exchange, Bobby Gucci, and the manager of the Usual Suspects, Sam Levine. Sam, we are just a couple of weeks from that epic match between Ethan Irwin and Dan Merle. And, you and I, as much as anything else, we're fans of this game. We're fans of watching matches like that. And we text each other afterwards like, what a match. What an epic match that was. Now, what is it like knowing after you watch a match like that with Merle, you could have yet another shot at this guy, take him out with
little fidget toys?
Like, how does that, knowing that Guy has an opportunity here, how do you feel?
I feel amazing about it. I mean, if you thought that match between Irwin and Merle was epic, I am bracing myself for every last bit of that same tightness and energy and anticipation in today's match. Andrew has been texting me all hours of the day and night. This guy is so locked in. I have never before seen a player as locked in as Andrew Ghai is for this match. And no one, there's only one person I can think of actually who wants Ghai versus Merle more than me, and that's Merle. He wants that match to happen. So I am happy to let Andrew do his thing today and to give it to him.
Well, let me say, so to couple off of that there, Gooch, you have two faction mates again in Bateman and Merle, but Sam's not wrong. The Andrew Ghai versus Merle match is one of the most talked about, biggest upsets of all time when Andrew defeated Dan.
I definitely didn't think that would
I'd love to see that for the title.
But that right there,
a lot of people are talking about how Bateman this year against Merle was the greatest match maybe that we've ever seen as far as the title match.
Not keeping up on the game as well, but I doubt
what do you want to see going into this? Obviously, you want your guy to win here, but like, how prepared are you for Andrew Ghai?
I don't believe that for a second.
Well, first of all, Jericho and Kevin Smith should be happy they're on a card with me. Two, look, I haven't seen Bateman since Atlanta.
Oh, shit.
Once we were done with that, the pandemic hit. That was a disappointing match for him and me. Obviously, Dan won. It was fine for our faction. But Ben's been hungry ever since. We haven't seen each other, but we talk on the phone pretty much every single day to keep the Finstock Exchange in line. And that's what we've been doing. Now, look, in Houston, Ghai had a problem.
I will say
the
exchange is a good faction.
Spinner's Choice came on, digital wheels, and he has
they
a problem
work
with
together
that.
as a team, as a faction. And that's what I love about
it. Yada yada yada.
They study together.
He's got to
train. Everything. I got
the same thing.
I think it's fantastic. I think it's a big reason why they're as successful.
Before I let you go, both of you guys here. When we were on this that special and we're talking about it, and he started shooting off this thing about the Schmoedown, and he was talking about you, and you guys seem to go at it for a little bit too. Is that all in the past now? Have you worked past the differences that you had?
Absolutely, that is all in the past. We've ironed out any misunderstandings we might have had about stuff that's going on or stuff that we think is going on. That's done.
Oh, there's no
it's
thinking.
All about the match today.
All right,
it's happening.
Good luck to both of you here, Sam Levine and Bobby Gucci, managers of both the Finstock Exchange and the Usual Suspects. Look, it's a massive match. Whoever wins will play Dan Murrell again. We know that the Dan Murrell match that happened with Bateman, one of the best scraps of all time,
another
this past February.
Ghai Murrell match
versus Dan
and what
Murrell
if he beat him
one
again?
Of the most memorable matches of all time, because that was that match that turned Andrew Ghai from just an entertaining star into a real threat, a superstar, and now they're going at it again.
Yeah, Christian, I sense a little bit of tension even from the unflappable Levine and Gucci. There is just a little bit of something special in the air tonight. I don't know whether it's the names Jericho and Smith are making them a little squirrely. They're just thinking about the matchup that they're managing in. But either way, I think that something interesting is about to go down. And all of the fans in the live chat right now, all across the world, are about to bear witness. I feel ready. I know you're going to ask me how I'm doing. You don't even need to. Because, Christian, I was born to do this. Let's rock.
Yeah,
ladies
I love that
gentlemen,
coat, man.
It's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown. Introducing first, representing the Usual Suspects, with a record of 3 wins, 2 defeats, and 2 knockouts. He is the 2019 Ultimate Schmoedown Team Finalist, Drew.
Debonair. What the fuck? Oh, was he talking to his tie? I think he was talking to his tie. Oh my god.
Andrew Ghai.
Go, Schmoedown! Hey!
That's short.
Hey!
Andrew,
Hey! What's up? Hello?
you got shorts on.
What?
He's like,
I don't know how
sweating.
Debonair. Well, listen.
Jesus,
you
look
have
at the
shorts
sweat.
on?
No,
Me too.
yes. Okay. Andrew, are you ready for this match, my friend? I can turn for you.
Little hot, huh?
Oh my god, this is amazing.
All right. Are you prepared for this match?
Oh my
Andrew? I
god,
gotta be honest
this is
with you.
amazing.
Are you ready to go?
Did you lose me? No. Don't I look good? I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
All right.
Okay.
Mark!
Hey, buddy.
You haven't called me back.
I've been
Why
meaning
not?
to get to that. Didn't have your number in my new phone. Drew, I do have to ask you about the history between you and your competitor, Ben Bateman. I'm sure that name rings a bell. How does it feel going up against someone who you cared about and considered your best friend for a time?
Well, the thing with Ben is that he doesn't really he's a really strong performer. He doesn't seem to get the respect he needs, just because he can't beat Dan. I can beat Dan. A lot of people beat Dan, so I'm just proud of him, man. I'm just proud of everything he's accomplished, everything he's done so far in the season.
I'll tell you what, man. This should go on his acting.
Sorry,
reel,
I'm not
because
used
this
to
is
the
fantastic.
He just, I think for me, the biggest thing is just the respect. It's just the respect for Ben and then his study tactics. Sorry.
That's all right. You need a moment? Okay. All right. So we'll just remove you for a moment here, and we'll bring you back when it's time to. Yeah, just for a second, and then.
Want me to leave?
No, you stay where you are. We're going to remove you out of the room, and when it's time to come back, we'll see you in a sec. I'm working.
Oh my God, this is amazing. I'm
know.
absolutely loving this.
And his opponent,
The boss
representing
is
the Finstock Exchange, with a record of 10 wins, 6 defeats, and 5.
I don't remember him having his own theme music the last time he fought, like the last match that he had. I'm trying to remember
the boss.
When the last singles match was that he had.
Ben the Boss Bateman.
So
maybe blaring as
that's good though. I like it.
Music is synonymous. I feel like when you walk into a room, that music plays. But anyway, dude. So look, this is a very different Andrew Ghai that you're facing here today. Do you think this is tactics? Like, what do you think? Seeing Andrew
no
in this
matter
state?
What.
I started thinking as soon as he walked on. Honestly, whatever I was thinking was interrupted by concern. Look, I used to have a lot of respect for this guy. I used to really consider him a great friend, and I don't know what's going on. Christian, I wish I could give you something that would inspire confidence here. I know what I'm here to do today, but I don't know what the hell's sitting across the table for me today. I really don't know.
Yeah, the dichotomy of how these two competitors have come on the stage virtually here, Christian, just illuminates how different they are now. And Ben, I have to ask you, there was a fracture in the Action Army when they found out that best friends had become rivals. So what do you want to say to the selective fans from the Action Army, everyone from privates to Staff Sergeant First Class, have gone with your side? What do you want to say to those that have remained loyal to Ben Bateman?
Look, you fight for justice, you fight for me. That's the bottom line. I love the Action Army. I could never, ever dream to be so fortunate to have a fan base as wonderful as they are. And for all his faults, for all his whatever we want to call it on the other side today, they love Andrew too. And they have a right. Action obviously came from a great place. We did great things in this league together at one time. And I'll always have respect and love for what Team Action was in those days.
I do kind of miss
Team
Action as a team.
If you want to support a winner, you come with me. That's the bottom line. I don't really
things
have
progressed.
Look, man, I want to stay competitive, but I'm a little. I don't
think I would actually want to see it go back.
What the hell was that?
It was awesome, is what it was.
We're going to find out in a moment here because we're going to bring him back. Ben, I'm going to drop you out in just a moment here, and we're going to bring back Drew. We're going to bring back Ben.
He's like dancing.
And gentlemen, you have entered the virtual battlefield. Round number 1. Mark.
Holy shit!
How does it go?
This is my kind of Andrew Ghai. I'm just saying, man.
In round number 1, gentlemen, 8 questions from 8 different corners of movie trivia.
All right, you guys ready? I'm ready. I got my pen. I got my whiteboard.
For missing a question, there is no stealing.
We're gonna see just how poorly
I do. You have 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer with whatever
I always say
on
the show that I would probably
on whatever writing tablet you have handy.
But I love movies, but my memory retention not the best when it comes to stuff like that. Not the best.
Into the microphone.
Used to be better.
I'll remind you, you each have 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match.
Maybe I just thought it was better because the people who I hung out with didn't know shit about movies, so the little bit that I did seem to know
have one challenge
got me like the kind of like
you may initiate the challenge,
reputation of being the like movie trivia guy.
And ratify.
But then I started watching Schmoedown.
Taking place. Christian, whatever you want to say about their pre-show antics, Andrew Ghai has clearly displayed that he knows how to write down and show his answer. Ben Bateman has his tablet ready, so I think this is going to work.
We'll find out in just a moment here. So once again, this is 2 points to the winner. 3 if it is a TKO or knockout, and the winner will go on to play Dangerous Dan Earl for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Championship. We start with Ben. Are you ready?
God. This is great.
I'm ready. Andrew, are you all right, man?
Final answer.
Sure you're ready for this?
Yep.
All right, then let's get ready to Schmoedown.
Good luck.
Here we go. Question number 1.
All right.
Question number 1. Category number 1 is action adventure.
Dude.
Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner reprised their roles of Jack Colton and Joan Wilder in what 1985 film?
And as always, this is a live show, so please do not comment with your attempt at an answer. It could be correct, incorrect, joke, but you will be asked to leave if you try to answer the question.
Oh my gosh.
Just to be safe. Appreciate all your work.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I got
Pens
nothing.
down, hands up, please. Pens down.
I'm off to a
hands
great
up.
start.
And we start with Ben.
I had the Jewel of the Nile.
Yes.
Nope.
Drew?
Never
I
seen
didn't
it.
get it.
Didn't have it. All right.
I wrote something wrong.
All right. So
Good question.
Bateman goes up 1-0. Next question.
I hope
All
he
right.
didn't act.
Category,
You know,
90s movies.
Because sometimes that can happen, and I really hope it doesn't.
Of Lester Worm Murphy in 1998's Rounders. I think a mix of concern is what is lighting up in the chat, and applause for both performers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And Andrew?
Matt Damon.
Edward
It's incorrect.
Norton.
And Ben?
And upside down.
I had Edward Norton.
Yes. All right.
Come on,
Next
man.
next question.
Come
here.
on,
Next
guy.
question. And drama. Nicolas Cage won Best Actor for his role in what 1995 drama directed by Mike Figgis?
You got a timeline when you think Nick Cage maybe started to turn from Bateman into.
It's probably gonna
sure.
be so pissed I can't think of it.
It was the day he set foot on the
Shit.
first movie set he was ever on.
3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Pens down. And we start with Bateman.
Leaving Las
Yeah,
Vegas.
that's
Yes. Andrew.
fuck.
Leaving Las Vegas.
Finally, guys on the
We find ourselves
board.
3-1. 3-1. And
I got 1 point at least.
The one I'm talking. I'm sorry.
it's all right. Next question.
All right, we move on to crime movies.
Crime
And your question.
movies.
Who stars as Detective John Book in 1985's Witness? All right, Christian, you ever witnessed any?
Like this. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please.
I wrote
Andrew.
Michael
I said
Douglas.
his name earlier, so I wrote it again. Michael Douglas.
It's incorrect. And Ben.
I did the same
Yeah.
thing I did.
I had Harrison Ford.
It's correct.
Holy shit.
Good answer.
That's
Ben.
awesome.
All right.
Thank you,
we are
I literally had
now
no idea, so I was like,
4-1.
well,
4-1.
let's
as we
go
get
for
to our
that.
next-
Why not?
Next one here. And
Question number 3.
this is question number 5. Here it is. Fantasy sci-fi.
Oh.
Who plays Harold Crick, an IRS worker who begins hearing a disembodied voice narrating his life in 2006's Stranger Than Fiction?
This is so.
Christian, do you think Sam Levine feels more like Sisyphus pushing the rock up the mountain, or like Atlas holding the world on his shoulders?
I think Sam Levine's about to jump out of a window. And 5, 4,
Oh, yeah,
3.
probably.
2, 1. Pens down, please. Pens down,
Will
please.
Ferrell.
And Ben.
Will Ferrell.
Yes. And Andrew.
Farrell. And that's a picture I drew.
Will Ferrell, he got it. So it is now 5-2. 5-2.
Did you go to art
I'm playing
school?
as
Is that
good
where you've
as
been?
guy.
Ben, you
Next.
know I went to Oregon.
Next question. Next question. Here we go.
Right, they are the Ducks. And the next category, Andrew, looking forward to your input on this one, comedies.
Is that what I'm
We'll take
supposed to do?
You nailed it. Your question. Ricky Gervais plays Bertram Pinchas, a disillusioned dentist who gains the ability to communicate with ghosts in what 2008 film?
Dentist.
You gotta love a guy with the first name Bertram, Christian. There's
With
no other
ghosts.
I don't know. I don't know anymore. I'm so confused. And 5, 4, 3.
Repeat the question.
2.
I
All right,
got
first one.
nothing.
Okay.
Ben said it first.
What?
Yes, he did. It'd be Bateman's first. All right, go ahead, Mark.
No, I said it first.
Oh, you did?
You definitely said it first. Thank you for being honorable, Andrew.
Shut up, Ben.
All right, go
Andrew
ahead.
Ghai has used his first of 3 JTE rules. Bateman retains all of his. Ricky Gervais plays Bertram Pincus, a disillusioned dentist who gains the ability to communicate with ghosts.
Bertram Pincus?
In what? 2008.
I don't know if that necessarily matters, but it could. You know, like the pronunciation could theoretically matter, but like it could spark something in your brain.
Just enjoy the silence.
For just a moment.
This is not right.
5.
I literally have nothing.
3, 2, 1.
Nothing
Pens
sparking
down,
in my
please,
brain.
and Andrew.
I wrote the invention of lying, but it's not right.
Yeah. No,
Correct.
it's not.
And
Because I've
Ben?
seen that.
Is it Ghost Town?
It is.
It is.
Oh, I don't know what that
What is
is.
that?
And now
Yeah,
6-2.
I'm just like Guy. I'm like,
6-2.
what is that? I've never heard of it.
6-2. And next question here. Next question
Good job.
Next question is horror/thriller. Who plays Max Caddy, a former client whom Sam failed to defend properly in 1991's Cape Fear?
I believe it's Max Cady.
Yeah, what'd I say, Caddy?
Yeah, and I know this because I caught this flick not too long ago.
It is Katie, you're right.
2 schmoes up.
And 5.
Fuck, man.
4,
I got
3, 2.
I'm doing so bad.
1. Pens down, Bateman.
I had Robert De Niro.
Yeah, that's right.
Would have
And
never
Guy?
gone there.
Happy belated, Rob.
I've never seen it,
So it is now 7-3, and
I guess
here's
I
where
should
we
see
stand.
it, right?
Ben Bateman has an opportunity here for a perfect round. If he hits it, then he and only he will have a bonus question here.
But
Mark,
see, I
what
don't
is the question?
study, you know what I mean, for like these guys do and stuff. So I'm not like, you know, a lot of these guys could name stuff like that even if they haven't seen a movie.
Your last
because
question.
the way they study.
In the world of animated movies for round
I
number
haven't seen
1,
it.
movies drawn by hand or on a computer.
Don't know.
The Rugrats go to what famous French city, the home of Euro Reptarland, in their 2000 sequel?
Really, like, no offense,
Is
but
this a TV show?
you should at least just be able to
answer that.
get it off of a guess. Famous French city. Just saying.
And
Just
5,
saying.
4, 3.
Because the name of
I'll
the
repeat the
movie.
First one.
All right.
You know what? I don't care.
Each competitor
It's
has used a JTE
Rugrats
rule,
in
and that's where the
Paris.
similarities end.
So,
In the world of animated movies, the Rugrats go to what
putting my answer
famous
out there.
French city, the home of Euro Reptarland, in their 2000 sequel?
Oh my
The
God.
Riders having a tough one to close out round 1 in a big match. Bless you.
I'm older than both of
5,
them
4,
by
3, 2.
probably like
1.
6
Pens
to 8
down,
years.
please.
I'm not sure exactly how old
And
they are.
Andrew.
Again,
Parrots.
Yes, that's correct. And Ben?
Paris.
Correct. So Ben Bateman.
and so like
has
I
the
grew
round,
up
and Andrew Ghai
watching
finds himself
Rugrats
with 4
and all
points.
this
So it
stuff,
is
so
now
they
8-4.
probably were too
8-4.
young.
And now Bateman will get a bonus question. This is for you and only you. Here it is.
So I don't write it down, yeah?
No.
You don't need to write it down. No. All right. What is the name of the 1984 rock musical that stars Prince?
Purple Rain? Is that the one?
Purple Rain.
Yeah.
Correct.
All
Perfect
right.
round for
To be
Ben
honest, I
Bateman
thought I
with
was like
9 points.
overthinking it.
And
Yeah,
now
for a
we get
second.
into round number 2. Round number 2.
That's
All right, Mark,
tough,
how do the
man.
rules work for round number 2?
That's
Good
tough.
more rules. This is the wheel round. And yes, the wheel is virtual, but it's different than the electronic wheel. So that's something in the positive. Once a category is spun by each competitor, you're going to have 4 questions in that specific realm of movie trivia, Schmoedown, know-how. Each question's worth 2 points. There's no penalty for missing a question. However, stealing is available in round number 2. So if you're not sure of the answer, ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1. Christian, we've gotten more than our share of drama in this match already, and now we're just entering round number 2. So Ben Bateman, with a sizable lead over his former partner, Andrew Ghai, is going to get 60 seconds to decide whether he wants to spin the wheel first
5 points,
or
man.
defer to his opponent who sweats like I do.
All right, we're going to remove both Andrew and Sam. And now you got 60 seconds to talk to Ben starting now.
All right. Earlier, Sam said Andrew was doing great.
I don't know what the hell's going on, Gucci. Look, man, I'm half tempted. Honestly, I know he wouldn't answer me because we're in the match. I'm half tempted to try to send the guy an email. I think I still have an email for him. Maybe he'd get it. I don't know. He might have changed it. But
if that's doing great to Sam, then I don't know what doing bad is. Anyway, great round, per the usual.
Thanks,
fantastic stuff. Nice lead here.
Yeah, I think we just do. I think we just play our game. We know what we want to do here. Let's let him go perfect in round 2, and then because he's capable, and
he's very capable of doing a lot of things. Clearly.
Yeah, I think we're gonna defer here, Christian. We're gonna defer to Andrew. We're gonna let him do his thing. I know I don't have to make that decision just yet, but
8 seconds.
Yeah, we're good to go.
Yeah.
We're good to go, Gucci.
All right. Thank you. We're gonna drop out Ben and Gucci. Bring
Makes
back
sense.
both Drew and Sam.
Makes
Sam, you got
sense.
60 seconds to talk to your competitor starting now.
Buddy, we spoke about an hour ago, and you said everything was fine. What have you done the last 70 minutes or so?
Just study, man.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
League Ops is here watching, and I just got to buckle down. So I'm here, and I'm ready to go. Rough round 1, it happens. I've come back.
It happens, but it you know what,
Great
man?
questions. Great questions.
Those were great questions. You got half of them right,
Man.
So I want you to take that mentality.
I still
Remember
worry
the 4
that
you got right,
the
that you knew were right.
character
I want you to trust your gut, trust your instincts.
could be affecting
And here we go, man. It's round
his
2. You know how
gameplay.
it
I don't
works.
know.
You know the strategy. We've talked about it. I hope you remember it.
Yeah,
And
I think I'm going to go second.
There. No, we don't have that. We don't have that choice. You're gonna go first, but you got this.
I'd like to go first.
All right. Well, you're on first, and here's the wheel.
Okay.
And here's
Oh, looks good.
spin is in.
A little funny.
All right.
Digital wheel.
Coen Brothers.
Digital wheel.
Settling on could be Spinner's choice.
Oh,
Tim Burton. 60 seconds
Timmy
to decide if you want to stay with it or.
What are you thinking, pal?
Well, sure. Why not?
Why
Let's
not?
do it. Let's do it.
Okay. All right.
Let's do
I
it.
trust your
okay.
confidence.
Here we go.
Staying with Tim Burton. All right, we're going to drop out Sam. We're going to bring back Ben. All right, Drew, you're going to get 4 questions in the realm of Tim Burton movies. Are you ready?
Yep. Hey, thanks for talking about how good I am, Ben. I appreciate you patronizing me on live air show. It's good.
Just make sure we see your hands too, Ben, during the questioning. Thank you, sir. You don't have to hold them like that the whole time. Do what's comfortable.
Should have watched SEN Afterlife today. Watched Jay Wade hold his hands up for the entire live show.
Tim Burton movies. It is for Andrew Ghai. And Andrew, your first question in the fun, wacky world of Tim Burton. What actress plays stepmother Delia Dietz in Tim Burton's Beetlejuice?
Is it Catherine O'Hara?
Andrew Ghai has 2. JT.
Catherine O'Hara.
That is correct. The incredible star of Schitt's Creek, great in Beetlejuice as well, and that's 2 points for Andrew Ghai. Andrew, you get this next question right off the bat. You have tied Ben. No, you pulled it within 1 of Ben Bateman because you got that bonus.
Good job, Ben.
What actor played the character of Edward Bloom as a young man in Tim Burton's Big Fish?
I've never seen
Billy
this.
Crudup.
Oh, nice.
That is incorrect. Ben, I'm going to give you a question again for a 2-point steal. What actor played the character of Edward Bloom
I
as a
misheard
young
you.
man
That's too bad.
in Tim Burton's Big Fish? Who played the character of Edward Bloom as a young man in Tim Burton's Big Fish?
This could be a huge steal.
Ewan McGregor.
That is correct.
Oh,
That's a huge
shit.
steal. It is now 11-6. Back to a 5-point game.
I knew that. I just misheard you.
All right. So now, next question here, Mark. That was question number 2.
I have a
3,
feeling
the
that his
penultimate question
character
in the
work
world
is affecting
Tim Burton.
him.
It's Andrew Ghai.
He's not as locked in
Who
as he
plays an
should
art
be.
critic named Ruben in Big Eyes?
I have not seen this one either, so I'm not sure.
You know, it's crazy because I just can't remember his name, even though I know his voice and his eyes.
Go multiple choice,
5,
man. Come on.
4,
Billy something.
3.
Multiple choice.
Thank you.
All right. Is it A, BJ Novak, B, Jason Schwartzman, C, Jonah Hill, or D, Adam Scott?
I'm just going to say BJ Novak. I have no idea.
Wait, I want to challenge that question because there's 2 art critics in the movie then. There's the main one that writes the article that is the older gentleman, and then Jason Schwartzman plays a younger art critic that owns a studio. So that's not a legitimate question. There's 2 different art critics in the movie. And
In
one
the
of them is
question, you were given the name. I cannot repeat it because you need to use the JTE.
Jason Schwartzman then.
All right. That is correct for a point.
Well, all right.
All right. So 1 point there. 1 point there for Andrew.
Right.
And so there's one more question left. One more question left here in
Fuck,
Room
man.
of Tim Burton. Here it is.
I feel like I'm in a Tim Burton movie right now, Christian. Your last
This is
question,
rough.
Andrew, for 2 points.
Yeah.
Which Tim Burton film features the voice talents of Winona Ryder, Catherine O'Hara, Martin Short, and Martin Landau?
James and the Giant Peach.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Cornbread.
It's incorrect.
Dude.
Steal, Ben?
Yeah,
Stop
Ben,
just lobbing guesses out.
You get the question. You get the question again. Here it is for 2 points.
Multiple
Which Tim Burton film
fucking
features the
choice
voice talents of Winona
if you
Ryder,
don't know
Catherine
it.
O'Hara, Martin Short, and
What
Martin
are you
Landau?
doing? I hate to say it, but I almost it almost feels like he's throwing the
5,
damn game, and
4,
it's like I
3.
really hope
I'm going to
that-
use one more repeat.
I don't even want to
All
put
right.
that
All
out
right,
there,
that's
but
the second
that's what
basic
it
rule.
feels like.
For 2
It's like
points,
he
which
knows
Tim
this
Burton film
game.
features the voice talents of Winona Ryder, Catherine
Like, I
O'Hara,
don't care that he hasn't
Martin
played in a
Short,
while.
and
He
Martin
knows
Landau?
this fucking game. The fact that he's like not going to he's dropped the ball on 2 that where he should have gone to multiple choice. Well, the one he missed.
5,
But yeah, like that.
4,
He should have been paying attention.
3.
Frankenweenie?
That's a huge steal. 2 points
Oh wow,
for Ben Bateman,
Frankenweenie.
Christian.
I mean, that's
2
one that I
points
need to see. I've
for
seen the
Bateman as we now see
the
ourselves
original
13-7. He's put himself in range there.
I don't know whose
for
voice he's in that one, but I
the
need to see
knockouts. All right,
that.
we can
that
move Andrew
full
here
length
and bring
feature.
in Gucci, and we
Shit,
have
man.
60 seconds to talk to Bateman starting now.
Fantastic stuff.
Damn.
Right where you left off in Atlanta.
So he's what, down by 6?
Let's spin here and finish.
He's
let's
gonna
take
have
him out.
to
Let's put him out of his misery here.
All right. Let's do it. Here's the wheel.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, he still has to go.
Okay, Christian Bateman needs to
I'm
get
sitting
at
here
least
like
3 correct answers and not have any
like he's got
stolen.
to answer
and he
all
would
3 of his
knock out Andrew
fucking
Ghai.
round 3s in order to even get to
Harrison
Bateman.
Ford.
And I forgot
All
that he
right,
still
so
had her on just because of the
take it.
score.
60 seconds. You're gonna take
Harrison
it. Okay.
Ford.
All right. So
This could
gonna
easily
drop out Gucci
be
here.
a knockout.
Gonna bring back. Excuse me
man.
for a second. Gonna bring back Andrew. And Ben, you get 4 questions. 4 questions. And here is the first one for Harrison Ford. All right.
Oh,
All right. Question
shit.
number
Okay.
1. What actor co-stars alongside Harrison Ford
He needs
as
to
Francis
keep
Frankie
5
McGuire
points
in
total.
1997's The Devil's Own?
I don't know. He literally only needs 5 points.
Brad
total.
Pitt.
Correct.
Good answer, man.
Like,
question number
and
question
to
number
keep
2.
Guy from
Question
getting
number
any, you know
2.
what I mean?
Here
So-
it is. Who directed
So, like, right
Harrison
now-
Ford in Ender's Game?
Yeah, I don't know who directed that. But if he goes multiple choice, every single one and gets them all right, it's a knockout.
Gavin Hood.
Correct for 2 more points.
Very
So-
interesting scenario here, Christian, because now it's a 10-point match. And here's why it's interesting, Andrew. I'm glad you asked, is because Ben Bateman, he could get the next answer correct and go up by 12. However, it's not yet going to be a knockout because the last question could potentially be stolen by Guy. So we're going to have 4 questions regardless, but we are on the cusp, Mr. Harwell.
All
right, here it is. Here's your next question.
All Ben would have to do in that
Who
last
co-stars
question, if he gets two here,
Harrison Ford
is go to
as
multiple
Robin
choice.
Monroe
And then
in the film
it doesn't
6
matter if he
Days,
gets it, because
7 Nights.
as soon as he goes to multiple choice, the game is over.
2 more points. So here we are. This is the last question. If Ben hits it, it is a victory
if I'm
by
Ben,
knockout, and he goes
I guarantee
on to play
myself
Dan
the
Merle.
victory by going
However,
multiple choice.
If Andrew
matter
Ghai
what.
can get himself
Unless
some
you
points,
actually know the answer.
then he can keep
There's
it.
a challenge being distributed.
There is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
let's.
This is from my,
I'm going
this
to
is from my
challenge
question
the
earlier.
last.
Okay.
I'm challenging the last answer given by Ben Bateman.
Okay. Well, what's the challenge?
He did not say the name of the correct name of the actor that he gave as his answer.
Okay. Well,
Okay, before we go to make a ruling, is there any further evidence you'd like to present to back up your challenge claim, either Sam or Andrew?
Absolutely. Her name is Anne Heche. It has never been Hesh. Ever mispronounced that way by anyone ever. It is Heche. Anne Heche.
And no one calls Philip Seymour Hoffman PSH, Ben, you idiot.
all right. We're gonna drop you out. We're gonna bring in a challenge. We'll call both
Interesting.
PJ and Mark. We'll be right back.
Now, this is an interesting challenge. I think it's a very technical challenge.
All right, we're coming back here. We're coming back from the challenge.
I'm interested to see how they roll with
Ben
this.
and
because
managers.
I've
Mark,
seen so
go
many
ahead.
times where pronunciation
The judges have confirmed and
matters.
spoken at length about the challenge issued by Sam Levine
So
and the
let's see
usual
where they go.
suspects on behalf of Andrew Ghai.
Will
Ben
they
Bateman had answered
go with
the
rules
question,
consistency.
Anne Heche. And while it is true that Anne Heche is the correct pronunciation of her name, Anne Heche, it may be Sam's opinion differing from our own, is a common mispronunciation of the name, and
I don't
we are
like
going
that.
to award the points.
Nah,
as
I don't
Anne
like
Heche
that.
to Ben Bateman. He clearly knew the fact,
Because
and
he
that
should
was the
then have
question.
to write it
2
down.
points remain.
He should then have to write it.
I disagree, but it's
should-
your show.
He should then
All right,
have to
thank
write
you,
it down.
Sam.
Standing choice.
That is
thank
BS
you.
in my opinion.
All right,
That
so
challenge,
here's
that was outcome
stand.
was
We're
BS.
gonna bring back both of our
BS.
competitors here. All right, guys. So here is the question. Ben, Harrison Ford lent his voice to what 2019 family film as the character of a Welsh dog named Rooster?
I know this one, Ben.
He should have had to have written it down then.
You know it too.
The Secret Life of Pets 2.
There it is.
By way of
14 points. God
boss, Bateman.
Man, I don't know what happened
again
with Ghai.
And we bring back Gucci.
Man.
Andrew Ghai here has left. Andrew
That's
Ghai has
so
left
disappointing.
the
I'm-
arena
like, I was
in
really
general,
hoping for
ladies
a
and gentlemen,
great
and we
showing
find ourselves with another knockout.
from
3 points
Andrew
by
Ghai. I really
Bateman
was.
here. 3 points by Bateman. And Gucci, you got to be feeling good here about this. Is another knockout from Bateman over Gucci.
Over Ghai. Yes. I mean, look, he's in midseason form here. He pitched a perfect game. Like I said, the man is and will be a champion again eventually. He's just too
He
good.
totally did.
Andrew,
just sitting here thinking about it.
I'm a little concerned.
Perfect game
about what took place there. I'm glad you held the challenge up. I thought it was right. Look, it's going to be a hell of a match. He wanted to play Merle again, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
Plus the 2 steals. I mean,
it's pretty incredible.
Perfect game
for sure
by Ben Bateman.
Yeah, Ben, I know your mind must be racing with some emotions caring for your former friend, but let's focus on what is in front of you. As
well, obviously, the
alluded
title
to.
loss
You
did
got
not
a huge match, and it seems like you're at the level
did
now
not
where
kind of
every
put him
win
in a bad
just
headspace
gives you
for
an
this match.
opportunity
He was
to
ready.
play the next
he was
biggest match of
obviously
your life. So now that you're
ready
walking
for
into
this
that,
match.
how do you feel? Do you feel ready at this moment to take on Dan Merle?
I sat down. I had lunch with Dan yesterday. Socially distanced, of course, but I asked him, how he was feeling going into the Ethan match. I asked him because I told him I was feeling grossly underprepared for this match. He told me he didn't feel prepared for Ethan. He had studied, but something about it just didn't feel right. and that somehow that allowed him to get to where he got. So this was my first perfect game I ever played. One of, I think, only a couple maybe the league's ever seen. And sometimes it happens that way. I think, the questions were in my wheelhouse. I was really, I'm concerned for Andrew, and I was sad to see. I could tell, even like the big fish one, that I knew he knew the answer, and he knew it. And but yeah, I mean, I've been saying for a while here, I wanted to win 2 in a row, get both titles. That's the plan. It is my goal to climb further and further up that list. And that's just how you got to do it.
Well, now you get to face off against Dan Merle.
That's what today was. I knew from, again,
I don't know when that's going to happen.
The same conversation, talking to Dan. All that has to happen is a relatively even round 1, a bad spin in round 2, and a tough 5.
And no matter what, that's going to be good points for
you have this match now against Merle, right? And it's first of all, you pick up 3 points here, big points that the exchange
3
needed.
points for that knockout.
And, you pretty much just guaranteed 6 points regardless because of the title match going to the exchange, because of now either yourself or Merle will have at least 3 points, whoever takes that match. Now, let's talk about the match itself. Let's talk about the title match. This was something I know from talking to you personally, how much you prepared for Merle, how much it took out of you, how much that loss stung you. So what, I know he's your faction mate, but what does it mean to be able to get another opportunity to take that title that he took from you?
Look, I think, you only have so many opportunities to beat a player like Dan. And that was a day in Atlanta that I had an opportunity to beat him. I put myself in position to win. I knew that. He knew that.
At least you get the opportunity again.
The bond we have on the exchange now is sort of formed through that match. But that doesn't change the fact that I know, to cement my legacy in this league, to do what I want to do, Dan's the guy to beat. That's it. There's no, it doesn't even matter. I mean, John Roca may be the second best player of all time, but Dan's the best. So if you want to be something special in this league, it's beating Dan. Everyone knows it. Dan knows it. So that's the challenge. I'm putting everything I have behind it. I'm putting every ounce of my being into it. We may be faction mates, so look out for it, guys.
Well, it's a great call here. Thank you, both Ben Bateman and Bobby Gucci. Congratulations on a massive win here. 3 big points, and we have a final score of 21-7. Ben Bateman
21-7.
KO over Andrew Ghai. All right, going to drop you off here, both guys, and now we will bring back both Sam Levine and Drew Ghai. All right, so Drew, let me start with you, man. How you so let's go to that big fish question, because this is the second.
Hey, man, great match today. Honestly, I feel like I just didn't play my game. I just the first 3 questions there were tough for me. I haven't really competed much. I haven't had a lot of practice for my faction lately. So you just miss a couple questions here and there. You make some mistakes. I said Matt Damon instead of Ed Norton, kind of a bummer. And it just kind of happens. Round 2, we hit Tim Burton, and I guess I should have listened to Ellis a little more carefully. I thought he was saying who was playing his son, but instead he was asking the younger guys. So just some mistakes out there. You go out there, you give it your best. You don't always get things together. Edward Norton is a good guy. He's one of my favorite actors. Talk about Tim Burton, his animated movies. Martin Landau, very talented guy. Worked with him a bunch of times. You figured you go for the newer movie or the older movie. Probably should have went the older one, but we make mistakes. Great day today. I really appreciate being part of the show.
That was quick.
I'm gonna have to ask you, as a manager here, does an experience?
I think you should trade me. I think you should drop me.
Whoa!
You can't do that anymore. So
the rosters are locked for the rest of the season. So Sam, could something like this strengthen your resolve to be a manager and maybe be a better manager? It seems like you did your best today, or does this just make you want to never think about the word manage ever again?
Look, I love every player in my faction. Every player in the usual suspects. Every player is going to have their great days. Every player is going to have their not so great games. And it is what it is. Right now, I just want to talk to my friend Andrew off camera, make sure everything's okay. But look, I know the mistakes that he made. He knows the mistakes that he made. it was ones that those are going to bother you. The Edward Norton one's going to bother him. The Ewan McGregor one's going to bother him because we both know he knew those, and I think maybe whatever state he is in today played a factor in him missing those. And initially I didn't feel great about my challenge. I was just trying to help my guy avoid the KO. But now that I saw how you guys ruled on it, from now on I'm going to feel great about calling you Mark Ulis and Christian Harloff. So apparently that sort of thing does not bother you.
Well, thank you.
I've heard worse.
Sam Lavoon. I do
Appreciate it.
Well, wait, before you go, I got to ask you a question.
I really can't stick much longer, man.
You got
What's going on here?
All right.
What do you need? Just,
if you got to jump, you can jump.
No, just do it quick.
I got to ask Sam a question here. Sam.
Oh, it's Sam.
Ethan and Guy. Is that still a thing? Yeah, you don't know. All right, that's fair.
I want to say yes, but
you don't know. All right, listen, we're going to let you go. You have a lot to figure out.
He
Sam
just
Levine, ladies and gentlemen, looks like that guy was just ripped off
I really
camera.
hope.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
Really hope
good luck to you.
That they.
I don't know what the hell.
Do something.
I really
with this
I don't know what the hell we just saw.
like. What is
all
going
I know
on
that
here?
Ben Bateman is a damn assassin.
They really gotta
that's
there's got to be like some sort of payoff.
Andrew Ghai came in, and whether he was too concerned
I really hope so,
with
I need to see some
everything else around him, he wasn't
Schmoedown.
concerned enough about Bateman, and because of it, Bateman made him pay. He looked like an absolute.
Make sure to hop down to Twitter at MovieBlog. Let me know what did you think of this match.
There was nothing that Guy did.
What do you think about the state of Guy?
There was nothing that he did.
He looked like an
absolute. He looked like, as I've said this to you many times, he looked like Mike Tyson.
This whole match was just something
else. With the black shorts
and I'm curious
and no
how
socks,
the
and just annihilated his opponent.
Schmoedown fans
no matter
who
what
are here
antics
to
were
see
thrown, Ben Bateman came to play.
Yeah,
Jericho
you say
and
Mike
Kevin
Tyson
Smith.
in
I'm curious if
1986, I say Brian
if they wound up
Bosworth
watching
and
this,
Stone
what their
Cold,
thoughts
because that's
are
the
on
kind
this.
of
So if
killer
you know
Ben
anybody
Bateman
out
was
there, or if
today in
any
the
of
movie
you
trivia setting,
are
I'm sure
watching the
it's nice
Schmoedown
off
for the
camera.
first
And then
time,
Andrew Ghai, he answered
let me
Edward
know.
Norton
Hop down to Twitter at
incorrectly. He thought it was Matt
MovieBlog.
Damon.
Let me know what
Answer
your
was Edward
thoughts
Norton, and he's
on
kind
this
of
match.
starting to act like Ed Norton in that movie Rounders on a 3-day poker
I
bender
love
where you
Rounders.
don't know up,
It's
down,
such a
from
great.
side to
I
side,
love
zigging
it.
and
It's
zagging.
a movie I've
Hope he gets
watched
the
so
help
many
he needs.
times.
Ben Bateman is going
That's why it
to
was
need
one
all
of
the
the
help
few
he can
answers
get
I
going up
actually
against Dan Earl.
knew,
So a lot of
in
greatness
round
on the
one there.
horizon for the movie Trivia Schmoedown. Not the least of which is the next match that we have in store for all of our live
Yes,
viewers. One of the
sir.
most exciting events in the history of the Schmoedown is now upon us.
All right, we will be right back. It's going to take a little bit of a break, and when we get back, Kevin Smith makes his movie Trivia Schmoedown debut against Chris Jericho, who makes his movie Trivia Schmoedown debut. It is the main event. Get ready. Strap in. Here comes Jericho versus Smith. We'll be right back. Well, you stumbled on over to the movie Trivia Schmoedown.
All right. So yeah, that was a wild match, I have to say. I'm not a fan of the challenge outcome. I don't know. There have been a lot of times where mispronunciations are not accepted, or you are forced to write down the spelling so that they know that you know exactly what it is. I'm curious as to how my buddy Jay Wade, who gets real heated when it comes to rules stuff, I'm curious as to what his thoughts will be. So before we get into the next match, we're going to take a quick ad break to let you know about some of the other shows right here on the Merc, the movie blog. So stay tuned.
Hey everybody, I'm Sean. You guys might know me on the co-host Beyond the Screen. But now here at the movie blog, we have a brand new show exclusively called Game Over Screen. So join me every week with my co-host. Hey, how's it going? My name is Brendan. As we talk about everything game related, and I guess get to the Game Over Screen. I don't have a good pun for that. But the joke is that we're going to dialogue. Well, you might.
Hey, Jay Wade here. Tell you about SENF Live After Show. We talk about whatever Brett and the rest talk about, the insanity that is. So join us each week here on Merc Blog feed on your podcasting platforms, as well as YouTube now on the SENF After Live channel. Talk to you then.
everybody, Sean and Wade here about our new show. Each episode of Disney Plus is the Mandalorian.
Dude, yes,
Not exactly. Set in the Star Wars universe, the Mandalorian 5 years after Jedi returned and follows a Mandalorian bounty hunter beyond the reaches of the New Republic.
Yeah. Boba Fett.
Did you even watch Return of the Jedi? Join us here every week on Merc with the movie blog. Thank God Galen will be here. I don't think I can handle weight on my.
Hi everyone, this is Sarah, host of Go Get That Rose podcast that is dedicated to talking about all things Bachelor. Join Jay Wade, a man who is recently moved to all things Bachelor, and myself, someone who has been watching for the past 3 years, as we review, share thoughts on each episode of whatever show is currently on, whether that is Bachelor, Bachelorette, or Bachelor in Paradise. We might not even know everyone's names, but we have fun nonetheless. You can find us on Merc with the Blog feed wherever you listen to podcasts.
I solemnly swear that I am up to no good. Hey guys, it's Sean. I wanted to tell you guys about the new show I'm hosting, Harry Potter review. Every other week, I'm joined by some combination Sarah, and one guest that is never read. We discuss one movie per episode, and break down what we love about them, what we don't love about them, the differences from the books. It's a ton of fun, and I hope you guys will tune in to check it out. Until then, mischief managed.
All right, and we are back. Be sure to check out all those shows right here on Merc with the movie blog. Anchor.fm/movie blog Merc is where you can find all those great shows. The Mandalorian show will be coming back as soon as season 2 starts, but you can find all the past episodes for season 1, as well as Go Get That Rose once the new season starts. I believe in October, those will be coming back, and you can check out all the past episodes right here on Merc with a movie blog. All right, so you know what? Let's get into the second match here. I know I'm excited. I hope you guys are. So let's dive in.
Your first order.
All right, here we go.
At least the first 2 rounds of the singles tournament, we're going to have 4 matches airing per week.
But in singles, it's going to be a whole other story. It's going to be delicious because I'm going to destroy him.
We got whoever's going to come, regardless, I got to face them.
I've been loving the tournament so far. What about you guys? How you been liking the tournament? Let me know on Twitter at movieblogmerc. Which matches have you liked the most so far? Which have been the big shockers for you? I'd love to know. That's right, Chris Jericho versus Kevin Smith. God, I'm so pumped for this. Here we go.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen.
This is what
as you just saw,
the
Ben
thing that I've
Bateman
been
takes
most
the win there
excited
over
for.
Andrew Ghai, and he
here
will be
we
challenging
go.
Dangerous Dan Murrell for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Championship in September. But that's the past. Now we come to the main event, and Mark Ellis, I cannot tell you how thrilled I am to be calling this match with you, bud.
Christian, it is going to be a sensational superstar matchup. In one corner, you have an incredible wrestler personality who has dominated matches all over the globe, and then he expanded his horizons to rock the finest music palaces coast to coast.
Damn
but
right.
Christian, if he wants to break the walls down, he is going to have to go up against a force of pop culture for the last 3 decades. Writer, producer, director, actor, fellow stand-up comic, and a guy who had his humble origin announcement in the same way the Schmoedown started, in a tiny strip mall. I'm looking at your face. I'm looking at everybody in the chat room. The comments are going too fast for me to read any of them, but I think the feeling overall is the opposite of Dante from Clerks. We are supposed to be here today.
Well done, sir. Well done. Yeah, because look, this was a long time coming for so many different reasons. I mean, you look at my history with wrestling, right? You look at the fact, I mean, just in general, we were supposed to have Kevin Smith on the Schmoes No Show back in 2014. It didn't happen, and I don't think it was supposed to happen. I think this was supposed to happen because it all came together. It all worked. And the funniest thing was when Chris Jericho came in for Collider Live, it was the one time that I said, you know what, I'm not going to bring up the Schmoedown today. I'm not going to bring it up. I talked about it. At the end of the interview, Chris Jericho looks up to me and goes, you don't even ask me about the Schmoedown? I want to play in the Schmoedown. And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. And we're talking about it, and he says, I want to play Kevin Smith. You fast forward, and what happens? In free agency, Roxy Stryer says, guess what? We got Jericho on the Rockstars. He wants to be with the Rockstars. And then Coy Jandreau goes, oh, I got Kevin Smith within seconds of each other. And I'm going, this is the best thing that has ever happened to Schmoedown because they both want to play.
This is going to be huge
part of it
for the
minus
Schmoedown.
any cool
You're going to be getting
Well, certainly
you're going to be getting fans of Kevin
movies,
Smith, fans of Chris Jericho, who have never even
they look like they're in the best shape of their lives.
Of the Schmoedown, coming here, checking it out, and hopefully getting some great new fans. Developing a new fan base.
Type of famous person to have on your show because
this is huge. And we've seen, like, if you've been following Christian on Twitter, a ton of celebrities have been like giving their predictions for who
if you want to see how we got here today, well, we're going to show you.
So we might get
right
to
now.
see more stuff like that. It's nuts, and I'm so pumped. It's going to make this whole thing just that much better.
Have you been here? Do you know what the Schmoedown is?
I know what the Schmoedown is, but I've never been here. For years, I've threatened our good friend John Schnepp about coming to a Schmoedown, coming over here.
Super excited you came in and talked to us for this long.
I'm just ready for my Schmoedown invite.
Oh my God. Are you kidding? Tomorrow. Like, whenever you're around, I would love to have you involved in the Schmoedown.
With the trivia, though. Not calling a match.
Do you want to play?
Hell yeah.
Dude, 100%.
Do you need a manager?
Yes.
She's a manager.
Me and Roxy.
She's a manager. Yeah.
Can I compete?
Oh, 100%. I
can't stand a judgment of others, but I can compete. Like, I love that shit.
Kevin Smith wants to play, too.
Dude, me versus Smith. Let's see what we can do.
Yes. I watched both of those. I remember watching both of those videos when they first dropped. Yeah. So this thing has been brewing for so long.
Hey, this is Chris Jericho here, and I will be appearing in the movie Trivia Schmoedown.
I'm pretty sure he's high here.
Jericho is in the movie Trivia Schmoedown.
The Ayatollah of rock and roller, Chris Jericho, has officially entered the realm of the movie Trivia Schmoedown.
This is exciting times for the Schmoedown.
Hey, man, it's me, Kevin Smith, and I am proud to announce that I am finally getting to do the movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Kevin Smith is officially a part of the Quirky Mercs.
I'm into Jericho, Kevin Smith. That would be a match I think would be really fun.
Chris Jericho versus Kevin Smith. It goes down.
Like, I'll watch that. It's been a long time coming. This schmo wants in, man.
The pipe dream from
Throw
the
down
beginning
at the Schmoedown
to get Kevin Smith.
They have become the greatest of all time in their own spaces.
Look that up. I'm not messing around.
Le Champion versus Good Enough.
A lot of people
and he should have been
Mark
called
Bernardin
Silent
to do
Bob.
it together. I think
Come
Mark
on.
Bernardin might have done it.
Who were the bad guys in the Brad Pitt film Cool World? I'm like, holy shit. What?
You're scaring me off this.
No, have a good time. It'll be great.
I'm gonna lose.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not gonna bet against Chris Jericho on anything.
This is a territory he's gonna be really unfamiliar with, and I think he's just gonna get
Cody,
squashed.
nice.
This match right here, low key, it's gonna be biblical. God herself is gonna come down to watch.
Yeah, I didn't get. I'm assuming that was on this the preview for this past week. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet.
Kevin, gotta start by saying, massive fan of yours. That will be the last nice thing I say about you today. Chris Jericho is a movie watching savant. He has seen everything. And today he's going to prove that he has more movie trivia knowledge than you do, Kevin Smith. So guess what? The Schmoedown is Jericho.
Let me tell you something,
Call him
Jericho. I know
Schmoebob.
you're used to a lot of salty talk and threatening people and stuff like that. I don't play games like that.
Everybody in Hollywood talks about how nice Kevin Smith is. And I got to tell you, that's a bunch of bullshit.
I'm going to have a hard time beating you, not because of your encyclopedic knowledge of film, but you're Canadian.
Sweet revenge is going to taste better than any of that movies that you sold in Hollywood.
I can't beat a Canadian. I would never. There's two kinds. It's like beating a platypus. What kind of animal am I?
You're the schmo.
What kind of asshole am I?
Tonight.
Oh my God. Yeah, this is gonna be great. I'm so fucking pumped for this. Oh man, so pumped. Come on, guys. Let me know on Twitter.
I feel like I'm
in
online
the comments
for Empire
here,
Strikes Back.
wherever
right?
you
Are you
can.
kidding me?
Let me know.
It is time to do it. Kevin Smith, Chris Jericho. The battle has begun. I cannot wait to get this started. And like I mentioned, this is a faction match. This is a league match. Both of these men were drafted into
because I think
the
Jericho
league
could
itself.
definitely win this.
And the
But
managers
Smith is
have
who I'm
been
rooting
going after each other and have been ready. And we're going to bring in both the managers right now for the Quirky Mercs, Corey Andrew, and for the rock stars, Roxy Schreier. Guys, let's start off here.
I want
Roxy.
that Deadpool bust.
You know, Chris
that,
Jericho,
Coy's
you
got.
and I had interviewed
Steve
Chris,
Dave.
and you guys kind of struck up a relationship afterwards and started saying, like,
Tell
listen,
him,
you know,
Steve
this is something I
Shut
want to
up,
do. Chris
fanboy.
had mentioned that to you. And how did you get him involved to say, I want to play, I want to do this?
I gotta say, he's the one who really wanted to get involved. He asked me about it a couple of times, and when a spot opened up on my roster, there was nobody else that I wanted to fill it other than him. I mean, how could you turn down Chris Jericho wanting to play for the rock stars? He is an actual rock star. And honestly, I am so excited that we are actually going to come and prove ourselves today. So it was more something that he wanted to do, and it was really impressive how much he wanted to do it.
Yeah, and I was struck by that too, Coy. When you look at how excited these fellows are to be competing in the movie Trivia Schmoedown, what sort of advice, what sort of training has Kevin Smith been through? We know he's a big fan of the galaxy far, far away. So were you the Yoda on his back, clinging to him as he's jogging through a jungle, fighting off snakes, and being asked movie trivia questions?
The way I see it, this is what Kevin's been doing for years. I let him know this is Hall H for sport. This is an evening with Kevin Smith, but competitively. Like, this is what we do. So, frankly, I've just been as I always am, a voice of encouragement. I am ever the one that wants his team to have fun. I really want him to win today, but I really want him to have fun because this is an opportunity to show Kevin an entirely new world of geekdom, and I think he's going to excel at it. So I've been in his corner going like, hey, man, this is what we do. This is how it's run. This is why you're going to love it. And today we also get to win.
All right. Well, you know, the last thing I should ask you guys both here, too, is because this is faction points and because you both have been going after each other and kind of building up the ranks here. Is this something I can see both these guys competing for a bid. Is this a one-off here, or do we think that we're going to see more of Jericho and Smith after today? Roxy, what do you think?
I hope so.
I definitely think we're going to see more of them, and today will prove that. But going to what Coy said, yeah, Kevin's been making movies for years, amazing movies that we love. But does he know anything about movie trivia? I don't know if this is a one-off for you, Coy, because we'll see if Kevin can bring anything to the table. For me, I know what Chris is able to do. I know how many movies he watches. I know how long he's been on the road for. And what do you do when you're on the road? You watch movies. So this is not a one-off. This is not a random little match that we're coming to just check off of a list. This is something that we're planning on doing, and we're going to compete and we're going to win.
You guys see how I draft. I don't waste spots. I had 10 spots, and I didn't use them all at any point. I left a spot open for Kevin Smith. I would not have done that if this was a one-off. I wouldn't have had my ranks be and then 9. This is a man I want to play for the Mercs. This is the man I have full faith in. The team is the Quirky Mercs. If there's anyone that fits that description, it is Kevin Smith. He's a mercenary of trivia. I'm not sure what Roxy thinks Kevin does, because the man is going beyond Fat Man weekly. The man is putting more pop culture in his movies than anyone in the game. The man makes Tarantino look like he doesn't know cinema. I completely disagree with her assessment, and there's a reason he's on the team. He's ready to be a mercenary, and he's damn quirky, and this is not a one-off. This is the season.
All right, well, as much as I love the both of you, I got to get you out of here because I want to start this match. So I'm going to put you both in the waiting room. And Mark, I am ready to go, my friend. How about you?
Christian, in the words of the great American poet Diamond David Lee Roth, I cannot wait to feel the Schmoedown tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown.
Gotta get my whiteboard back out.
First, representing the Rock Stars, making his Schmoedown debut. He is the former AEW champion of the world, the Demagogue, the champion, Chris.
The Ayatollah of rock and roll. Yes.
Chris Jericho, ladies and gentlemen. He has arrived. And Chris, look, man, this is something that you said when we interviewed you back in the day that you wanted to compete. And are you glad that Kevin accepted your challenge?
First of all, I've been sitting here for 12 and a half minutes listening to you idiots yakking back and forth. Good Lord, let's start the match already. Yes, I'm excited.
Oh, shit.
Smith and I have a long-term rivalry on all things trivia, all things movies, all things rock and roll. And he's right. He's not Canadian. And I like platypuses as well. So that's the first strike against Kevin Smith tonight. Is he made a joke about platypuses.
The real
I own a platypus.
question.
It's outside right now in my backyard. You guys didn't know that, did you? You got to watch what you say.
I hope
around
that's
here.
true because that would be awesome.
I did not know that. I do know that the duck-billed platypus and myself share very similar mating habits. But Chris, if we get to movie trivia, here's my question for you, and I'll try to make it as quick as possible. You stood in arenas chanting your name. You've been on stage rocking out with an audience, loving every second of it. So where do you put your nerves right now? Are there butterflies in the tummy? You a little wary of what's about to happen?
Well, I mean, I'm going up against one of the great auteurs of our time. I've done 2 pictures with this guy, and he ran me through the ringer. He was a tyrant on the set, so I know how angry he can get and how mean he can be. And I'm a little bit. Listen, I got a lot of confidence
in Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
He does this stuff for a
It's
living.
fucking
So,
incredible. I
still feel completely sure that I'm going to win on behalf of the Rock's Stars. But I don't think it's going to be an easy contest at all.
All right, well, last question for you, Chris, before we start here is we mentioned Roxy. How has been working with Roxy and getting you used to the rules and everything? How has that been working with Roxy?
It's been a month of tutorials twice a day, all aspects of Hollywood trivia, back and forth, foods that begin with the letter Q. I know 12 of them so far. So she's been a firm trainer, but a good one. And I feel very, very prepared tonight, especially if one of the subjects is foods that begin with the letter Q. So I'm just saying.
Very well might be. All right, well, Chris Jericho, thank you. We'll put you in the waiting room here and wait for your opponent, and we will see you in just a moment.
Christian, did you hear the guy? Did you hear how deep his white men can't jump knowledge is? He could run the table against Smith.
We're going to see what's going to happen in just a moment.
And his opponent,
There we go.
representing the quirky Mercs and New Jersey, making his Schmoedown debut. This is Kevin Goodenough Smith.
I don't like that as a nickname, to be totally honest with you. It's like like Kevin, Silent Bob Smith. Like, come on.
Kevin Smith, ladies and gentlemen, he is here. Kevin, look, man, we've been trying for a long time to get you in the Schmoeverse, and now here you are, and you are competing against Chris Jericho. The first thing I got to ask you, because you mentioned many times Mark Bernardin had competed, and is that how you initially found out about the Schmoedown through Bernardin, or you just kind of heard it? How did you first be aware of the movie Trivia Schmoedown?
What a great question. It wasn't Mark that first made me aware of it. It might have had something to do with Schnepp, but I think I even heard about it before I met Schnepp. John Schnepp, the great John Schnepp, our big Schweddy, interviewed me for his documentary. He had talked about it then, but I'm pretty sure I saw it in my timeline, in my Twitter feed years ago, and I have a vague memory of almost doing it at one point. Am I correct?
Yes, it was. We were talking about it as far as you coming on, Schmoes, and then I guess through movie fights and things about calling a match, and then as Frosty, as we showed in that promo, Frosty asked about it, you said no, I want to compete, and here we are today, and Coy Jandreau. So yeah, I guess the relationship you had with Coy from comic book shopping, and was that the only? Because I had heard, rumor has it that there was someone else, another faction that was interested in picking you up, and but Coy and the Mercs were the only ones.
There at one point, Coy asked me, and I had done a piece with Coy where we went to Golden Apple and whatnot. And he's absolutely lovely. So he had reached out and was like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And I was like, "Oh my God, this is a perfect opportunity. Nobody's going anywhere. I'm home. I would love to do this." But then Sam Levine reached out to me right on the heels of that, and I had to break, or not, I wouldn't say break his heart, but I had to let poor Sam down. Where I was like, Coy just hit me up, and I already said, "Yeah, I didn't get asked to the prom, let alone twice. So when I was in high school, so I felt like the prom queen, man. I really did. It felt like I could have gone in many different ways, but Coy asked first, and first come, first serve, as we say in the convenience store business. Gents, I just want to let you know, I'm scared of this match. The whole time I was watching you talk to Jericho and listen to his hype, I kept easing toward the leave studio button because I was getting more and more scared. So before we get this going, as we all know, I once had a heart attack. I'm going to take my heart pills because I could feel this is going to be intense. So if I die in the ring, it's not because of these pills.
Please, no. We don't want to be responsible for that.
That's a whole lot of medication, so I'm sure the heart's going to be working just fine for the next 3 rounds. Kevin, quick question here. I enjoyed your interview.
I'm remembering all sorts of trivia based on those pills I just took, ladies and gentlemen. I think I might remember who the bad guys in Cool World were. Let's see.
That might be the pill from Limitless you just took. You might want to look into that.
Yes.
Just a quick question here, because I enjoyed your interview on SCN Live. The name of the host of the show escapes me, but you mentioned how you may have been at your pop culture peak as far as knowledge and recall back before you became a famous superstar. So do you feel a little bit like William Money in Unforgiven, where you just wanted the quiet life away from trivia, and now you're called for one last mission?
I do, and I'm going like solo. There's no Morgan Freeman riding shotgun with me here, man. Not even a Gene Hackman in the bunch. So it does feel a bit like that. And I do hope that I will leave this at the end of the day and be like, you better bury Ned right, or I'll come back and kill all you sons. We can't curse, but you know what I'm saying.
Understood. Well, look, Kevin, we're excited to have you in. You and Jericho. What a match it's going to be. So we're going to remove you just for a moment. Bring back Chris. Bring back Kevin. And now our competitors. Say that our competitors have entered the virtual Schmoedown battlefield. Mark, how does the rules of round number 1 go?
The rules of round number 1 are as such. 8 questions from 8 different corners of movie trivia Schmoedown know-how. Each question is worth 1 point. There is no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing, at least not in round number 1. As soon as we ask the question, you have about 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer with whatever writing utensil you have handy on whatever writing surface you prefer.
We've been reading these rules for the last
nickname, please show what you wrote to your
camera.
Obviously,
I don't know if he was reading. I don't remember if he was reading the microphone. If he was reading the rules,
you have one challenge
in those first
to be
2
utilized
seasons
at any
or
point
not.
throughout the 3-round.
I mean,
you want to
he's
challenge?
been reading
your
them for
manager's
years.
Come in and they'll ratify the
years.
Decision. You also each have 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match.
See
if you're not sure you heard a question right, you want to buy yourself
than
more time to get that correct answer, use a JTE rule. Christian, if either Chris or Kevin are unfamiliar with who JTE is, simply open Google and type in either thumbnail reactions or fictional dinosaurs.
Well done. All right. So we start here. We ask Kevin, are you ready?
So ready.
Chris, are you ready?
Yes, I am ready. This is going to be a good one. One for the ages.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown. All right, round number one.
There we go.
Question number one. Here it is, guys. The first category is in the realm of action adventure. Who plays psychopathic career criminal Simon Phoenix alongside Sylvester Stallone in Demolition Man?
Chris, I'm just looking at the live chat. And by the way, live chat, the rules still remain. Please do not type the answer, even a jokey one, in the live chat, or you will be asked to.
Think.
5, 4.
We hold on to it.
Movie that I'm thinking of.
2, 1. Pens down. And Kevin?
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Chris Jericho?
Wesley Snipes.
They know their stuff.
See it. There it is. Okay, so we have a tie for question 2.
Got one.
Next question, Mark.
I am as smart as Chris Jericho.
Can we just end it now?
I hope the whole match is like
Unfortunately,
this.
we got to break this tie sometime. Maybe it's with this next category of 1980s movies. And your question, Michael Keaton plays a man in New York City who works for a local crime boss named Jocko Dundee in what 1984 comedy? That one's a thinker.
My father loved
I love
this
movie.
movie.
They look like two
If
young
it's the- if
kids
it's-
doing
I'm
their
pretty sure
schoolwork.
I'm
Like,
right.
I'm so proud of them.
I love it. 5.
And we watched this movie so
4,
many times when I was younger, when I was a kid.
3.
It's been a long time since I
2.
watched it, but
Not correct. Kevin?
This was a shot in the dark, man. But like I've been watching Jeopardy for years, and I realized some people just do it. They don't always know the answer. They just kind of go for it. So I went with instinct. I said the squeeze.
Looking for Johnny Dangerous.
Pow, pow, pow.
Damn it!
I would have said that.
God, I'm so.
Damn it!
Well, that was,
You guys are the dummies.
we can be the
Amy
joke.
Heckerling
Love you, Dad.
Amy Heckerling's not dead, but she is spinning in her grave right now. That we both.
My father would
Bill
be
S.
pissed
Preston, you are a
if he was
farting
still alive.
asshole.
If I missed that fucking question. Oh
You
my god.
cork sorter.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel that one's going to be the one that slipped through both of our fingers. That's going to make the difference later on.
That hurt.
Well, we have the tie game as we get to question number 3. All right, dramas. Robin Williams plays John Keating, a new English teacher with unorthodox teaching methods in what 1989 film?
Yeah, Chris, we should have reminded the fellas, like, we don't write the question.
Fuck, what's the name of that shit?
Yeah, I know. We're always to blame.
Oh, Captain, my
Lobbing
captain.
lances at the announcer.
Yep. And 5.
JTE rule.
All right, first one. All right, here it is. Robin Williams plays John Keating, a new English teacher with unorthodox teaching
Oh my
methods
god.
in
It's
what
sitting in my brain and I
1989
can't pull the
film?
name out.
Chris Jericho using his first JTE more.
And he's still thinking. The temptation is
The
to use
fuck is
another
the
one,
name?
but you don't want to spend it that early. Look at that shirt from Kevin Smith, just rubbing it in
Oh,
a little
no.
bit, making
Come
Jericho think a little
on.
harder about this.
5, 4, 3.
Shit. I can't think of it.
Pens down. And Kevin?
Dead Poet
That's
Society.
it.
Yes. Chris?
That's what I was looking for. I didn't get it. I said Awakenings. Damn it! It was right on the tip of my tongue.
Smith goes.
But that was a good guess. That was a lot in the dark.
I know it wasn't it. That's the other one. Oh, damn it!
Good move. Makes
That's
me
good.
watch Awakenings.
Oh,
Yeah.
I am so mad at myself. I'm just like Jericho. I'm
That's
so mad at
question
myself
number
for that.
3, and we see
For
Smith
missing
with
that.
a 2-1 lead as we get to question 4, Mark.
Damn it.
Yeah, Kev, you might want to toss Chris one of your heart pills. I think he needs to slow down that rate just a little bit. We move on.
I took them all.
Comic book movies is your next category, gentlemen. And your question. Billy Campbell and Timothy Dalton appear in what 1991 superhero film about a stunt pilot who finds a jetpack and becomes a superhero in 1938 Los Angeles?
Make sure
Smith didn't even need the
you guys have the
any of
word
that.
the.
This is where the gamesmanship comes in. You get an answer quickly, you get in your opponent's head a little bit.
I'm pretty sure this is correct.
4, 3, 2, 1, and
The
pens down. And
Rocketeer.
start with Jericho.
Rocket Man.
You're so close, so close. And Kevin.
The Rock-a-who? The Rocketeer.
Rocketeer. So, and now Kevin Smith goes up now 3-1, 3-1 as we get to our next question. Mark number 5.
All right.
And here's the next one.
Yes.
Who plays Willow Ufgood, a Newland dwarf and aspiring sorcerer in 1988's Willow?
Oh, fuck me. What's his name?
Yeah. Categories fantasy, sci-fi, and Christian. I'm pretty sure when you hear Willow, they know what we're talking about.
Yes. Sorry. Fantasy sci-fi.
That's right.
What's his name?
The story of a young Ewok.
Kevin's starting to get his confidence. Look at him. 5.
Oh, he's directing.
4.
He's framing the shot.
2, 1.
Fuck
Pens
me.
down. And Kevin?
It's tip of tongue.
The great
Warwick Davis.
Yes.
Yep.
And Kevin? Excuse me, Chris?
Damn it.
I had Kenny Baker. No, I had Warwick Davis. There you go.
Oh,
See?
you got it.
He
Took
had
you guys for a little ride on that one.
And now we only 2 points.
That hurts the most. When you know it's in your brain. You know it.
Swerve.
And you just can't pluck it out.
He called a different audible, but I won't fight it.
All right, next question, Mark.
All right, gentlemen, this is going to be something that my partner truly hates. The next category, when I say it, I'd like you to each do your best fake laugh. Your category is comedies. Oh, I have so much fun with this.
Their fake laughs made me
You'll
actually
find the
laugh.
line, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Okay.
In what
I
1998
love this
action
fucking
comedy?
movie. Do you understand the words
Christian,
that are
fun
coming out of
fact,
my
the
mouth?
last time I saw Kevin Smith answer trivia questions, they were asked on the CW by Molly's mom, Danny Fernandez.
Oh, yes, I remember.
That
And
was, the Crisis crossover thing.
Yep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We start with Chris.
Rush Hour.
Rush Hour is that was awesome. Rush Hour is correct. And Kevin, Rush Hour. There it is.
Rush Hour.
Jericho has 3. Smith with 5. As we get
I challenge.
to
He only wrote
question
the
number
word
7
hour on his
in the
paper.
category of horror/thriller. Who plays the character of Frank Bannister, a former architect turned ghost hunter in Peter Jackson's 1996 horror comedy, The Frighteners?
I love this movie. I had this on VHS.
Smith relying on his
I watched it
knowledge
so
of
many
Robin
times.
Williams. Meanwhile, Chris Jericho just channeling the spirit of radio with that last correct answer.
And we have 5, 4, 3,
I think this will put me
2,
at 5
1.
points.
Kevin.
Michael J. Fox.
I'm pretty sure I'm right, but I was 50-50 chance. Michael J. Fox.
That's correct. And Chris?
Michael Julius Fox.
We'll take it. So
Whoa, very nice. As a Canadian, you had to get that right.
I know.
Quick four as we get to our final question in round number 1, and it has been a tight match here, Mark. And Kevin Smith has an opportunity at 7 with Chris Jericho aiming now to get 5. All right, Mark, last one.
It's been a doozy so far, Christian. Maybe Jericho inspired by the mention of half of Canadia's first
Jericho's
couple,
doing
Michael
okay.
J. Fox
Not
and Celine
great,
Dion.
but
your question.
He had a
Final
bit of a
one
stumble
in
at the
round
beginning
number 1.
there.
In the world of animated movies, these could be
Smith's
done by
doing real
hand or
good.
on a computer. Your question. Stan Bush's song The Touch was prominently featured in what 1986 animated film that featured the vocal talents of Orson Welles, Judd Nelson, and Scatman Carruthers?
Kevin
God,
Smith written this one.
There's never been a vocal cast better than the 3 gentlemen I just listed.
It was a really good one. And Smith is done, and Jericho's writing down at the moment.
I have no fucking idea.
If the contest was about who's a faster writer, I win.
Well, I guess I'm ending round 1 with
4,
5 points.
3, 2,
JT.
Second one. All right, Mark.
All right. This is in the world of animated movies. Stan Bush's song The Touch was prominently featured in what 1986 animated film that featured the vocal talents of Orson Welles, Judd Nelson, and Scatman Carruthers? Without giving the answer away, Christian, my dad took us to see this in 1986. He was livid leaving the theater.
I remember, and I also remember a lot of people screaming in the theater when I saw it as well. And I might have been one of those kids.
It's a heartbreaker.
Yeah, it really is.
Home video watch for me.
5, 4, 3, 2, One. All right. Chris, your answer?
I know it's not right. Once Upon a Time in America.
That's incorrect. And Kevin?
What a lofty stab in the dark that was. I'm going to say Transformers, the movie.
That is correct.
Oh.
Transformers, the movie.
You know what?
7-4.
Be really
Yeah,
good. I've never seen
If you
that
would have said the
Transformers
song
animated movie.
Hunger by Spectre General was in a movie, I would have got it in a second.
Never seen it. I did not know Orson Welles did
Spectre
a voice in
General,
that song.
Canadian band Kick-Axe, is in that movie on that soundtrack.
Is that true?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, so see, it's the random cuts that we need to help Jericho out here. We're going to bring in our managers, and we get to round number 2. How does the rules work for round number 2?
He's waving the white and red flag.
Kevin Smith shows loyalty to his competitor's country. Here comes Jericho with the answer.
Hold on, Kevin. After you won the first round, this is your first prize for winning the first round.
Oh, I'll take one of those. What a great game.
Smell my finger,
Gabe. Yeah, I think I'm the one who bought it.
It's from the Jay and Silent Bob brand. It must be good. It's like Smucker's that way.
It is truly a sight to behold. These two gentlemen on the movie trivia Schmoedown as we progress to round number 2. This is the wheel round. We don't have a wheel to donate to each one of your humble abodes, so it's a virtual wheel. You spin it with your mind. Once you settle on a category, you hear 4 questions. These questions are asked to you and only you, not your competitor. Each question is worth 2 points. If you're not sure of the answer, ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. However, that will drop the point value of the question from 2 points down to 1. Keep in mind, competitors, stealing is available in round number 2. You
Hopefully they remember
we are going to ask
the
your
steals,
opponent,
or
and they will have the option.
steals. Hopefully they remember their multiple choice.
Because Kevin Smith seemed to be playing a lot of mind games with Chris Jericho there, but Jericho, a game effort coming back in round number 1, only trails by 3. Kevin Smith has the right to decide if he'd like to spin the wheel first in round 2 or defer to his
where Jericho is right now.
So we're
it's
going to
not
remove
like it's
both Roxy and Chris at the moment.
He's unable
and
to
Coy, you got
come
60
back
seconds
from that.
to talk to Kevin starting now.
All right, so
you
remember
never
the
know.
tips we talked about, and I feel like this wheel, we talked about the categories. There's a lot of your strengths on this wheel. So generally when it leans the strengths, I would say we go first to try to hit one of those strengths, and you've got the momentum of running, like you're doing great in that first round, and like the glee is there. I want to go with the momentum of the glee. But if you feel like you want to know where his points stand and want to let him go first to knock one of the ones you may feel uncomfortable with off, I would also understand that. How do you feel?
First off, hi.
Hey, man.
Start Coy with like, great round, Kev. Holy crap.
Excelsior.
I don't mean to coach a coach. Let me see. I'm going to go with what you tell me to do. You feel like I see both sides of the coin, but it feels like we might as well try to go first. There was a part of me where I was like, let him go first and I'll try to steal, but forget strategy. Let's just strike while the iron's hot. We'll start.
I lean with momentum. I think we should start. And hi.
Okay, so the wheel will come. Kevin's going to go first. Here is
that was great.
Wheel. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Smith Movies is
disaster
on
films
the wheel for those people who have been
Kevin
wondering.
Smith
And
is
aiming
on
for those.
the wheel.
All right, here is the spin.
Oh, I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it.
Can spin
I
away
kind of
unless
love
it
it,
lands on
but I
opponent's
also
choice.
kind of
He
think
doesn't
that
like
should
for
not
category
be
that-
the case.
Yeah, Chris, I saw Matt and Ben on there too. I think Smith might know a little bit about those fellas.
Oh no!
It lands on opponent's choice. So Jericho will have the opportunity here. We're going to bring in Roxy. We'll put you guys in the waiting room at the moment. So put in Kevin and Coy and bringing back
Definitely not going to be
Jericho and
Kevin
Roxy.
Smith or probably
All
Matt
right,
and
so
Ben.
Roxy, you got 60 seconds to decide with Jericho what to give Kevin.
Like the great manager I am, I'm going to start by saying, hi, Chris. You're doing amazing.
Thank you.
I'm very impressed with everything you're bringing to the table right now. It doesn't matter that we're down. We have opponent's choice. This is where our luck changes. We talked a little bit about what we wanted to do here. Are you still feeling confident with what we decided that we were going to give him?
Yeah, but first of all, seriously, Kevin Smith?
I know.
You could, if you're going to put Kevin Smith up there, you got to put Chris Jericho up there too. I smell some kind of a Hollywood conspiracy against the kid from Winnipeg here.
It is pretty vain that he would put
Is it a
himself
Hollywood
on the wheel.
conspiracy,
And I
or
will
is
say,
it
in all my years that
the
I've admired
Schmoedown?
him, this has
Oh,
been the
you didn't
only
think
time
I'd
I've wanted
find a way to
punch him
bring
in
it
the
into
face.
this
What
match,
is this thing
but
he
I
keeps
did.
doing when he gets his question right? I don't know, but this is our time to knock him out.
Yeah, well, we discussed this earlier.
Great.
And we're sticking with the one that we said.
We're gonna give him Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan.
Interesting.
All right, so
Okay.
Kevin Smith will be getting questions from the category of Meg Ryan. All right, Roxy, going to drop you out here for a moment, bring back Kevin. Kevin, you're going to get 4 questions in the realm of Meg Ryan films. All right, are you ready?
I'm so ready. I believe I'm in the cut.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
That's a Meg Ryan movie, ladies and gentlemen.
It sure is.
That's a naughty Meg Ryan movie.
All right.
Oh yeah.
All right. Here's the first one. Meg Ryan. Okay. Meg Ryan stars in what musical biopic opposite Val Kilmer?
The Doors.
Oh,
correct for 2 points. All right.
I mean, I forgot about that movie.
What romantic comedy starring Meg Ryan revolves around a call-in radio show?
I have no idea. Call-in radio show. Nope, I got nothing.
And
You've Got Mail.
It's incorrect. For the potential steal here, Chris, here's the question. What romantic comedy starring Meg Ryan revolves around a call-in radio show?
I don't know, Sleepless in Seattle.
That's correct for 2 point steal. Steals it. Big 2 point steal there for Chris.
I really didn't know that.
And question number 3. All right, Kevin, here it is. Who co-stars with Meg Ryan as a kidnapping negotiator in the 2000 film Proof of Life?
Russell Crowe.
2 points. That is correct.
The big answer.
It is a big answer. And for your
I believe that was the movie that everything went south in the Meg Ryan Dennis Quaid world, right?
You're absolutely right. I think you're absolutely right. Here's the last question now in the world of Meg Ryan movies. Which acclaimed director was behind the lens for the Meg Ryan film Kate and Leopold?
I am not
James Mangold.
I have not brushed up
2
on
more
Meg
points.
Ryan
Kevin
films.
Smith only missing that
So
one that was
so
stolen.
Jericho
but he
is
finds himself
down
up
by
13-6, but a
which means
massive
that
steal there,
Jericho
Mark, by Jericho.
could theoretically
It really was, Christian. I mean, without that, you might be looking at like knockout range, but Jericho getting
that's
himself
pretty
back
wild,
in the match. Hang
you know
on,
what I
getting a
mean?
text right now.
Think about it.
Oh, it's from Dennis Quaid. He just stopped watching.
Because I mean that 2 point steal.
I thought for sure you're going to ask what Meg Ryan movie did she star in with John Candy and Eugene Levy?
Well, it might be in
Armed and Dangerous.
Okay.
All right, here. So now we're going to remove Smith and bring back Roxy. And Roxy got 60 seconds once again to talk to Chris before the wheel comes up.
This is a perfect position for us to be in. Let's spin the wheel. Let's see where it lands. We know what we're staying on. We know what we're leaving. Don't forget to go to multiple choice. If you don't know the answer, go to multiple choice. If you do feel confident in it, then we need some points here. So say it out loud.
I'm going to do it.
If not, go to multiple choice. We've got this. You have 1 JTE rule left. You might want that for round 3. If you need it now, make sure you're using it on something that you know you're going to be able to pull. Let's spin the wheel and see where we end up.
All right, here it is. Here's the wheel. And here's the first spin by Jericho.
I'll be honest, I kind of like. I do actually really like these digital wheels that they have.
Amazing job. That's why I say always guess.
They're nice and they work pretty well. I think.
Disaster film. 60 seconds to decide if you want to stay with disaster film starting now.
Do I have a chance to respin the wheel?
Yeah, this is when we can respin. And we talked about this. We want to respin.
Yeah, respin.
All right,
here we go. Whatever we get now, we're staying on. So feel confident going into this. Whatever it is, make sure you go to multiple choice. Even if you don't know the answer, then make sure you remember to go to multiple choice because you're not going to be able to hear me.
Oh, bonus choice!
So I have a feeling I know what's coming up.
This is kind of awesome.
This is amazing.
We're gonna.
I kind of want him to give.
Remember multiple choice.
Jericho,
epic
whatever he gives us right now, bring it on, Smith. Bring it on.
All right, we're gonna remove both Jericho and Smith.
Comic book movies are Matt and Ben.
Roxy. Now bring back Smith and Coy. All right, 60 seconds to decide.
What do you think, boss? He seemed kind of scared about disaster movies, but the smart play, I guess, would be to choose Kevin Smith because I probably know the answers to those. But we did see him spook out on disaster movies.
I feel like we should have played to both strengths and fear of weakness. Now, how in your conversations with Jericho and other platforms do you feel he knows your films?
Well enough, but at the end of the day, he's had a career where he jumps off ropes and throws his body into people. So he's done other things in his life. All I've done, Coy, over and over, is I do Kevin Smith. So I really feel like I feel like
he lives disaster movies. You live Kevin Smith movies. So I think we go Kevin Smith movies, even if people see that as a cop-out.
Let's do it. Oh my God. Who could ever see it as a cop-out? With a wit as sharp as a tusk.
Now we're gonna see whether or not what I said earlier actually will hold up, and if I can actually do well this category.
You just gave away the first
I
three
usually
answers.
do. I usually do. So
We're gonna
we
move
will
out,
see
the
if I
manager and
continue
both bring
to
back. All right,
going into
all right.
this.
So you're gonna get 4 questions in the realm of Kevin Smith movies. Okay.
First of all, let me just say I don't like that Steve Dave guy. I don't like him at all. Not one bit.
That's Coy. That's Coach Coy, man. That's my manager. Don't smack talk him. I'll have to jump in the ring and I'll have to face palm you and stuff like that.
Once again, how am I on Schmoedown movie trivia versus Kevin Smith, and the topic is Kevin Smith?
It's because it's the Schmoeminati, boy.
The fix is in on this one.
Schmoeminati.
But you know what? I'm going to best you at your own game, Smith. You wait and see what happens. I'm ready.
If anyone can, it's you, Le Champion.
Well, here it is, and it's just this category.
Oh my God,
has
this
been
is
aced
amazing.
in the past by the great Rachel Silvestrini. Now, can Jericho do the same? We're going to find out as we get to the first question mark.
All right, Chris. In the world of Kevin Smith, who's a director.
Here we go.
Your question. Jennifer Lopez appears in which
Jersey
film
Girl.
from director Kevin Smith?
I totally know this one. Just give me. Let me think about it for a second. It is called.
And she dies.
With Affleck is in it. George Carlin is in it. Jersey Girl.
That is his final answer for 2 points, and he crawls that much closer.
That's a
to
good
Kevin
way of
Smith's
getting
lead.
to it.
All right, here's the next question.
He worked his
Question
way
2.
through.
All right, Chris. Kevin Smith has a cameo in which film in the
Live
Die Hard
Free
franchise?
or Die Hard. It's the 4th film.
I'm gonna go with multiple choice because I forgot the names of some of the lesser ones, and since Smith has never had a box office hit ever.
The lesser one.
Oh man.
Multiple choice me, baby.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, that was good.
Call me baby anytime. Is it A, Die Hard 2, B, Die Hard with a Vengeance, C, Live Free or Die Hard, or D,
we don't get
A
to
Good
see
Day
the
to Die
options
Hard?
on the screen.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I'm gonna say
Live Free or Die Hard.
I'm gonna say Live Free to Die Hard.
C is correct for a point, and Kevin Smith, I think he would have stolen that one, Christians. That's a big answer by Jericho.
If this was
Really
any
big.
other
So
match,
that's the whole thing, is that Jericho's fighting here to make
I
sure
feel like
because
somebody
most
would
of
have
these
challenged that
assume
because he
Kevin's
said
gonna
Live
know.
Free to
So
Die Hard.
here is
and it's
the
Live
next
Free or
question.
Die Hard. I guarantee
Mark.
somebody would have challenged
All
that
right,
if it was
Chris,
any
for 2
other
more
type
points.
of regular match between 2 regular guys.
In Jay and Silent Bob's Strike Back, which actor has a cameo as himself and says the line, "It always comes back
It's
to that effing
Jason.
high"?
It's shit. What's his fucking name? What's his name?
I did a
He's
show
the
with
pie
him.
fucker.
Jason. What's his name?
Yeah, I'm like.
You mean what the fudge is his name?
Sorry, I'm sorry. Just beat me on that.
Jason,
James Vanderbeek and Jason Scubla blah blah. This is so stupid. I totally know what his name is.
And
oh my gosh,
5.
I would need a
4.
Jason
multiple
Biggs.
Yes,
Boom!
it is. Damn,
Pulled it without
I would have had to
multiple
have
choice.
gone
That's a
multiple
huge
choice
answer
there
by
because
Jericho,
I could not
Christian.
pull his
He
last
got it.
name.
So that is question number.
But I would have
It's
gotten
so funny.
it as soon as I
would
heard
know
it.
that guy's name 1,000 times, but you're on the spot. You're like, what is it?
Yeah.
Well, here is the final question in the realm of Kevin Smith. And right now, look at this. Chris Jericho can tie the game
He's the pie
if he hits a
fucker.
2-point here or even come within 1, even with multiple choice. Here's the final question.
That's right, but if he misses it, he does have someone lurking who might be
shut
able
up.
to take that steal.
Just have to read the question.
Biggs and Vanderbeek.
Just got to set the table here, sir. Your question. Travis, Jared, and Billy Ray are kidnapped by a crazed cult after responding to an online ad in what Kevin Smith film?
Red State. Boom!
Oh, yeah.
Christian, we're tied going into round number 3.
I was thinking it, but I think I would have taken a few
Kevin
extra
Smith
seconds to mull it in my head.
Look, he might have just insured himself in a third movie with Kevin Smith after that.
I was like, is it Red State or is it Tusk?
All right, so now we
And I
get
was
to
like, no, I was like,
we bring
Tusk
it back
is only
by
the one
round
guy,
number
and then
3.
he
We have
answered.
ourselves a tie game going into the third and final round. Mark, how's it go?
All right, folks, in round number 3, the round that will determine
I would have done
the
pretty good
match,
because
unless we go
I know
to
I would have gotten
sudden death
whether you
overtime,
guys
which
believe
is
me or
in
not.
play.
That's fine.
Each competitor is
I
going
know
to
I
use
would have
3
gotten
numbers.
it.
These numbers can range from
within
1
that
to
15
20. You may not pick the same 3 numbers as your opponent. Why? Because each
This is
number
a
corresponds to a
damn
unique
good match.
corner
Oh
of
my
movie
God.
trivia Schmoedown know-how.
Is it
your first
tie-
question is worth
I
2
didn't even notice what
Your
the
next one's
fucking
worth
score
3
was.
points,
Is
and
it
your last one,
tied?
should we make it that
'Cause-
far, is worth 5 of the biggest points of your entire career. Christian, Kevin Smith,
it's fucking tied.
Chris Jericho,
I see. I
deadlocked
said
at 13.
just because he was 3
Kevin
points
Smith was
behind at the
introduced
beginning
second,
doesn't
making
mean
him
anything.
the higher ranked competitor. So he
got
will
there,
get to give
and
us
he
his
fucking
3
rocked
lucky
Kevin
numbers
Smith
first. So
films.
Kevin,
They should not
from
have
1
gone
to
with
20.
that. I'm just putting that
What
out
feels
there.
fortunate?
It was fun though. It was real fun to see.
3, 7,
13.
and
Pick my numbers. 3,
20.
7, 13. Ah,
Hideous numbers.
Nah.
Awful picks.
3
really bad
and
job.
7. 37.
Interrupt and
My
say that
girlfriend
we could have
37
challenged
dicks.
Live Free to
In
Die
a
Hard,
row?
but I didn't want him to think that a challenge cost him. I want Kevin to win with victory, and I didn't want to insult a Canadian with semantics. Deadpool's repping Canada, but we're going to win with a real win because I trust Kevin. I'm just
Shut up! Quiet!
If you wanted to challenge it, you should have. Okay.
I just repeated what Bill S. Preston Esquire said.
All right, I'm so glad. Sat there going, live free to die hard. This counts. Whatever. I know it's soft.
As I have to go into a category called Kevin Smith versus Kevin Smith, I'd have to say all of your objections get thrown out the window on that one.
All right,
I was impressed. You know more. You know more about me than me, you stalker.
You're high all the time. That's why you forget things.
Oh my
numbers. Some Meg Ryan things. Only some things about Meg Ryan. That's it.
I love this.
All right, I'm going to go with 4, 9 for the great Guy Lafleur, and 17.
Sexy numbers. I love those numbers. I'm
Thank
feeling
you.
really good about those. Way better than Kevin's numbers and his semantics.
I don't need full
What
confidence. I got
a
Kevin Smith.
manager. Yeah, well done.
She's
Corey.
great.
But a little more, sugar, like Roxy's throwing around. That'll
I got
boost a man's
all the
confidence.
sugar for Chris Jericho. Let's do this, baby. Yeah.
You knew literally the category that we were worried about and got all but one. I have full confidence, full faith, and we're using 37, so I'm all in. I know what 37 means. I know where that's coming from.
You saw it. You saw it. You saw it.
All right, so Corey, you do have 60 seconds.
I've always
here to
said
talk
that my
Kevin before
numbers,
this
if I
round
ever
starting now,
was in
before
the Schmoedown,
Roxy
would
talks to Chris.
be 3, 7, and 13.
So first of all,
the fact that he
exceptional
picked
work.
3, 7,
We're
I
doing
love.
very well. The points in the board are incredible. And once again, I didn't want to win with semantics because I do have full faith here. Just going into the third round tied is where I wanted us because this is more exciting. And seeing you have fun playing this game is a gift to the internet. So we're having a blast. Most importantly, in the wise words of Brody Bruce, waste not, want not. You have saved up those JTEs. You go into this with all 3 of your can you repeat that. So if there's anything you're not sure of, take your time. You've got all 3 of those left. The 5th question, if we even get there, is going to be insane. So I'd save them. But if you're uncertain at all, you've got 3 for 3. So now's the time to use them.
So, and saying JTE, that's where they have to repeat the question.
Yeah, or you can just say, Kevin, you can also just say repeat the question. You don't need to say JT.
And
So
then
you've got 3
that buys me a little more time.
Yeah, you get.
You want to be a pro, and then you say JTE like Chris does.
I mean, I feel like if Chris was a pro, he would have gotten the right Die Hard movie title. But wait,
It's 13 to 13. Shut up. Let's go. I'm sick of this guy. Can you bring him up next to Bill so I can give him a cuff in the head? Or I guess I need it that way.
You watch. Chris is going to be like JTE is Jericho because he's going to brand it the way he brands everything.
JTE is
All right,
Jericho.
so Rocky, you got 60 seconds to talk to Chris.
Oh, man.
Honestly, right now, you just made up all 3 points that you needed to make up going into this round. We've got the momentum. You have this. You have one JTE rule left. And yes, you know it's called a JTE rule.
There it
because
is.
That's what it takes to manage somebody.
JTE
And
is
you listen to me.
Jericho.
Great job. Take your time. Run out the clock if you need to. Right down to that one. Stay calm. You have this. This is your game to win. And think about the bragging rights you will have if you win this game and you get to tell everybody that you beat Kevin Smith after he gave you Kevin Smith on the wheel. Victory will taste so much better. And then you get to make fun of Steve Dave all you want. And yeah, he should have challenged it, and he didn't because lame man.
It's all good,
Let's
man.
go.
I'm ready to go. And just in case you guys are wondering, JTE stands for Jericho's Totally Excellent.
That is 100% true. New branding. Brand it, baby. I love that. Here we
I'll
go.
have a t-shirt out tomorrow.
I wouldn't be surprised.
All right. We're ready.
I kind of want like if
so
he,
now we're going
he
to remove
competes
the
again at some
managers
point,
here, as it
for
has
him
been
to have a
managing,
shirt that says
back and
Jericho.
forth, and we will see right now.
What
Chris
is- what the fuck?
Jericho had chosen category 4 for his
whatever it
first
was.
one, and Chris, that's in the
Oh,
realm
man.
of directors. Directors. That's the first category. Your 2-pointer will be in the realm of directors. All right, here it is.
All right.
Okay. Who directed the films Traffic and Erin Brockovich?
Shit.
I know it's some pretentious guy.
It's his fucking name.
Man. So if I don't know it, then Kevin can steal it?
No, there's no stealing in this round.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say Erin Brockovich is a Richard Donner production. I don't know. No. Jim Jarmusch.
Final answer?
Yes.
Looking for Steven Soderbergh.
I knew it was a pretentious guy. I told you that.
Steven Soderbergh. All right, now Kevin Smith will have an opportunity to retake the lead with his question mark, and that was category number 3.
Yes, it was, Christian, and Mark Mosley's number.
So this is what
corresponds
mine
to
would
the
be
world
if
of
I was
new
actually
releases. And yes, we're
Okay, maybe.
thrown under a
We'll
pandemic.
see.
Kevin, these are movies that have been released somewhere in the last 12 to 18 months.
Copy that.
And your question for 2 points and to take a 2-point lead over Chris Jericho. Betty Gilpin and Hilary Swank have roles in this 2020 controversial horror thriller.
Oh, The Hunt. The Hunt.
Mm-hmm. I watched it.
Mm-hmm. I dug it.
Damn if I remember the name of it.
5, 4.
I'll probably JTE it.
First one.
Go ahead.
And a JTE.
Yeah, repeat it.
All right. Categories new releases. And the question, Betty Gilpin and Hilary Swank have roles in this 2020 controversial horror thriller film.
I mean, I see the movie. Ethan Suplee was in it. I watched it. It was like The Purge, but with, liberals and conservatives. Damn if I can't remember the name of this movie.
5.
I mean, he knows it.
4.
Is there a multiple choice? Not in this round, right?
This one. 2, 1.
The Hunt.
Time's out on that one, Mark.
All right. We were looking for The Hunt.
The Hunt.
I kept wanting to say the Pledge, which was a Sean Penn movie from years ago. The Hunt. Damn it.
Well, we have ourselves still a tie game as we get to our next question now. Now, this is a 3-pointer for Jericho, and you chose category number 9, Chris, and that is Brad Pitt movies. Brad Pitt movies. All right. Okay. What is Cliff Booth's profession in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
He's a stunt man.
That is correct for 3 points. And Chris Jericho has taken the lead over Kevin Smith as we get to his 3-pointer, and that is number 7.
I did a full
That's right.
Tarantino
And
watch
Joe
through at
Theismann's
the
number
beginning of this
corresponds
year. I think it was in
to Kevin, you
in
mentioned
January,
on SCN Live
January
that
into
maybe
February,
you didn't
maybe
know as much about pop
so that I
culture
could
now as you did back
also then watch
in the 1990s, and that is your
It
category.
was a good time. It was a real good time.
1990s. And your question?
I was very alert in that decade and not yet a stoner. So let's see what I can do.
We all used to do stuff more often. Your
The
question.
answer, I know for sure the answer is not going to be The Hunt. It's going to haunt.
Here's the 3-pointer.
What 1990s drama co-stars Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington?
Oh,
Philadelphia.
Okay, yeah.
Christian, we're tied going into the 5-point question.
All right, it is all tied up, and now we get Chris Jericho, who has a chance to take the lead.
That's the one thing
again,
about
and he
these
is gonna
rounds.
Find
It's
himself
like
with
a
category
lot of
number
times
17.
they answer
This
before
is
I-
a 5-point
I
question
can't.
for Chris Jericho.
Sometimes I need an
And
extra couple
the
seconds.
category, Chris, Tom Hanks movies. Tom Hanks movies for your 5-point question. Here it is. Okay. Who plays the character of Forrest Jr. in the film Forrest Gump?
Oh, fuck. I have no idea. Holy
Seriously?
Wow. That's a
Who's the actor that plays
That's a good
character
question.
of Forrest Jr.?
Wow.
Yes, sir. One JT rule left.
He must be somebody of merit.
Probably not.
Everybody's somebody of merit.
Okay. Everybody's somebody.
5, 4.
Oh, man.
3.
Jericho's totally excellent.
Last one.
Jericho's totally excellent.
Here it is. All right. Who plays Forrest Jr.
He needs to
in
go.
the film?
If he ever competes,
Forrest
like I was trying
Gump?
to say, he needs to have a shirt that says Jericho is totally excellent for the next time he plays. It would be fantastic.
Damn it.
JTE.
Colin Hanks.
Looking for Haley Joel Osment. Haley Joel Osment was the answer. So,
You know Kevin would have.
Whoa. Hold on a second.
Yes.
That's a true story.
I was thinking of young Forrest Gump with the shackles on his knees.
Really?
I saw you thinking that.
That's Forrest Gump. Gump. Not Forrest Gump Jr. That's the kid.
Well, here's the position that we are in. Because Jericho missed that
was a
one,
good
Kevin
question.
Smith now, shouldn't hit his 5 points, will win the game.
If not, it's
however,
sudden
if he
death.
misses, we find ourselves going to sudden death. So, Mark, question number, his 5-pointer for Kevin Smith is number 20.
That's right, Christian. Number 20 in Barry Sanders' legendary running back number corresponds to a category of a man who every time you see a celebrity trending on Twitter, you see this gif because we're glad they're not dead. Mr. Denzel Washington.
I'm ready. I'm ready to receive Denzel.
For 5 points,
All
and
right,
to defeat
here we go.
Chris Jericho, a man who's held more belts than Macy's.
That's two,
and
technically two
lead
Denzel
singer
Washington
of a
questions.
band
Because
named
the
after one
Philadelphia
of the greatest
question.
Muppets of all time. Your question. Who plays United States Army Major General William Devereaux in The Siege?
Fuck, I don't think I've ever seen this movie, to be totally honest with you. Fuck, I got nothing. But let's see, can Kevin do it? Oh, man.
James Gandolfini.
We're looking for
Ooh.
some new actor named Bruce Willis.
Oh, wow. See, he's got
Again,
a
rivalry thickens.
Bruce Willis
he's got a mental
fucked
block
him
against
again.
Bruce Willis, so.
I hope Bruce Willis is watching this somewhere. I hope that this gets to him. It's like you knew it and you just wouldn't even
They
say
need to
his name
clip
out
that
loud.
out. Oh, my
No.
God. That's
Well,
amazing.
Bruce
I
is
just
about to
in
go.
my
We don't
head.
speak him.
You know how basically, like they got Chris Plummer to replace Kevin Spacey. I've replaced Bruce with James Gandolfini in every movie in my head.
Well, Kevin's
that's
Bruce Willis
fantastic.
does it to you again here. As now we're going to
Now
sudden
Brian
death.
Ward needs to
So sudden
make
death.
like
Now you got to
some
pick
random
those papers up again. We will be writing once
Bruce
again here.
Willis
Mark,
movies,
tell them
like
the
posters,
rule here
and put
of
James
sudden death.
Gandolfini in his place.
That's right, gentlemen. You're going to be familiar with this
That would be
format
kind of
because
awesome.
it's a lot like
Just
round
have, like, a
number
series
one.
of them.
Each question's worth a point. We'll
Die
ask it.
Hard,
You write it down.
Cop
Once we
Out
address
would
you
be
by
good.
name, please show your attempted an answer.
Like
However, it's
Moonstruck.
different because if both competitors get the question correct, correct, we move on to another
damn.
question. If you both miss it,
That's
we move on to
funny.
another question. However, should one competitor
That's funny.
get the
The
answer
Sixth
correct and
Sense
the other
of
one
James
does not, the
Gandolfini.
correct answer or is the winner.
All right. So once again, Coy, you have 60 seconds here to start with Kevin starting now.
Hello. You did incredibly that first round, and that is where I feel like we're going to be really comfy. So remember how it felt, just the feng shui, the manifestation of the feeling of pen on pad from that first round. It's the same. We're just going back in. We're at the same amount of points.
Didn't think I needed it again, but here we go.
You know, the same amount now in this setting. So let's just take it home. How you feeling, man?
I feel good. I appreciate that perspective, and I'm even more mad at Bruce Willis than I've ever been in my entire life prior to this moment.
You know, like I said, he's the Babadook. We don't speak his name, so I totally understand.
All right.
Was James Gandolfini even in the siege?
That's a good question. I feel like he should have been.
Because I said it with such confidence.
You did. I thought
That
for
was
sure you had it.
I was willing that to be the answer. Damn it.
I mean, I believe
you just weren't Willising it.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
So,
Yeah, I know.
gentlemen, also remember you do have
I'll leave
one
after the match.
JTE each in sudden death, one JTE total. So, okay. So now Jericho and Roxy, 60 seconds starting now.
Chris, we've seen that he has surface level knowledge, so he's going to be able to get some of these questions. You really got to clear your head.
She
You have
acts
the
so
deeper
shitty
cuts,
to
so
people.
make
It's
sure that you are
hilarious. I
listening
love
for
it.
all of the hints you possibly can. Don't let a
man.
question go without at least making a guess. And, you know, if it says junior, really think about, we're coming in. What does that mean? What do we got here? You've got this. I'm so excited
Yeah,
that
'cause
we're at
think,
this point. Like,
if he had gotten
Chris Jericho, the Schmoedown is Jericho, and this is yours to
one
win.
question?
Let's do it.
All right. So
Bam.
we're going to remove
You know,
Roxy. We're
either
going
of
to
them.
remove Coy. All right. So sudden
that's
death.
crazy.
Here we go. Okay, Kevin, are you ready?
Every
Ready,
point matters in these games.
All right, Chris, you
I
ready?
say that all the time.
Yes, sir.
Every point
All right, here we
matters.
go. All right, first question.
Okay, here we go.
And we will not tell you the category also. Here it is. Who plays Hansel, Zoolander's male model enemy in 2001's Zoolander?
Good opening question.
It's a good battle so far. It's
Hansel.
everything I wanted it to be.
Been very entertaining. Both gentlemen came to play. They knew what show they were on. It's like they're laughing in the face of every other dumb celebrity.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kevin?
Owen
Wilson?
Jericho?
Owen Wilson.
Both correct. And we get to our next question in sudden death. Mark.
That's right, gentlemen. For another point and possibly for the win. Your next query. Harrison Ford plays the character of Max Drummer in what 2014 Sylvester Stallone film?
Oh, no.
All right, they're writing with confidence. They seem the 3 C's, cool, calm, and collected.
They're writing it down. And the question is, will one of them hit it? We're going to find out in a second here.
Or both.
5, 4, 3.
I don't know.
1, pens down. And Chris?
Expendables 3.
Oh,
And Kevin?
I never watched that one.
Expendables 3.
Both correct.
I didn't
Both
know
correct.
Harrison Ford was in it. I watched 1 and 2.
Looks like a 2 and a 1 and a 3.
And went.
That's a 3 as much as Live Free to Die Hard is the title of that.
Oh, it's from the Kevin Smith category. Kevin Smith, is that the one you're talking about?
All right, our next one here. Next
Yeah,
question.
but
Here we
anyways,
go, guys.
when they said it was going to be
Ed,
PG-13, I was
our
like,
next
I'm out.
category.
Nah, so I just never watched it.
Christian, this could be one of the best matches, period, we've ever had.
This is
Absolutely.
it's a
good
great
so-
match.
really
It's
good so far.
hilarious.
Here it
The
is.
energy is fantastic.
What John Carpenter film follows the adventures of Jack Burton going against the evil Emperor Lopan?
It's like they needed the 3 rounds to warm up, and now they know everything. They're lights out at this point.
They are. They hit
This is
them
another
shot for
favorite
shot.
of my father. We watched this so many.
And
How'd you get up
5,
there?
4,
Wasn't easy.
3, 2, 1.
Love it.
And Kevin?
Big Trouble.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Chris?
Same.
And
Big Trouble in Little China.
Tied up in sudden death. And it's just back and forth. 19-19 tie game as we now get to our next question, Mark.
This is good.
All right,
see, now
gentlemen.
I want to see the two of them in an
possibly
Iron Man
the win. Which villain
that would be
runs
awesome.
for mayor of Gotham City in Batman Returns? I'm loving these sudden death questions, and they just keep racking up the points. Christian, they might have the points all-time record at the end of this.
Yeah, we're going to find out in a moment here as we get to 5, 4.
I wrote both his names
3,
down.
2, 1. Pens
Penguin,
down.
a.k.a. Oswald Cobblepot.
The Blockbuster. No, Two-Face.
And Kevin?
What was the question?
What was your answer?
What was your answer, Kevin?
What was the question?
I'm going to play tennis with you. What was the answer?
Kevin, just give your answer.
I didn't have his answer.
What answer did you have?
I said the Penguin.
And your winner, Kevin Smith! Kevin Smith takes the win.
I love. He's like, what was the question?
Oh my God! What a battle it was, though, Mark. As we
He was so sure
ourselves here
Jericho
in a
knew the
sudden
answer.
Death battle 2019. 2019.
God, that was a
Unbelievable.
good
All right, look, we're
fucking
gonna bring in
match.
both Coy
Holy
and Roxy.
shit, that was amazing.
Snooch to the nooch.
There was no we in that. You win on a freaking comic book movie question. Congratulations, Kevin Smith. It's been your whole life you've been prepping for that answer.
Hold on.
He's on the quirky Merc.
I get it. I was on Dancing with the Stars. I get it. You have to put the Hollywood guy over so you can continue getting ratings. You can't have the schlup from Canada beat Kevin Smith. I understand that. But let me say this. The fact that I went 20-19 versus one of the greatest directors of our generation who makes movies, whose job is to know movies, not only did he have his own category that I got all the answers right, he beats me on a comic book movie, which I told him 3 months ago, if it's a comic book movie question, you're going to win. So I came that close. So close.
All right, we're going to put Roxy and Chris in the waiting room for a moment, bring them back in just
I would be
just
fine
a second here.
if they only played each other.
Unbelievable
I
match
really
here,
would.
Kevin. This
It was
a
hilarious,
fight.
amazing.
This was a scrap. This was everything. So, I mean, I know you had
There's got to
nerves
be a
going
rematch
into this
down
thing
the line,
because,
you know what I mean?
obviously, Mark
Even if
Bernard
they
had
play other
scheduled
people,
just
there's got to be a
going
rematch.
into it. But did you what you thought it was going to be?
And that was a good game, man.
How
That
was your
was a
first
damn good
experience
game.
competing in the Schmoedown against Jericho?
Wonderful. I mean, I kicked myself for missing things like Sleepless in Seattle. That really bummed me out because when they threw me Meg Ryan, I was low key like good because I'm a Meg Ryan enthusiast, and then I realized that I'm not a big Meg Ryan enthusiast because I missed Sleepless in Seattle. But that being said, I found the questions not to be as scary as Mark set it up. Like, Mark going like, who are the bad guys in Cool World? I'm like, oh my God, I'm never going to know this stuff. But I felt the caliber of questions were right in my wheelhouse, man. That was fun.
And they both did well.
Well,
I said Jericho didn't do great in that
Kevin
first
and his
round, but he
manager,
caught right
Coy.
back up.
Kevin,
You know what I
got
mean?
a W. It's your first win. You're
And
undefeated
you know what?
in the Schmoedown.
5 pointers.
So
a lot of people
do you think we're going to
miss
see
those 5 pointers. That happens all
Kevin
the time.
Smith's returns in the Schmoedown?
I want Dan. Give me Dan, man. It's time to
Oh,
yeah.
oh, shit.
I'm ready.
He's called out
One
the
win
champ.
and I'm ready to go to the top. That's it. I'm like Clever Lang, man. I'm like, hey fool.
Kevin Smith.
I'm ready. I'm ready to
He's
take
already
out-
a natural. He's already calling out Dan as his tradition. This is how it's done in the Schmoedown.
But Coy, one of the big things here too is that Kevin just picked up 2 big points here for the Quirky Mercs, and you guys are pushing even harder now. That's 2 points that helps out a lot. Now,
that's awesome.
Obviously joking about Dan Merle, but there are people out there. There's the Warfather who's out there that would be good for Kevin. There's all these other matches.
Can we just have
I could see
him and Rachel
Kevin
Silvestrini in a
Smith
Kevin
eventually
Smith
next season
exhibition
playing
match,
up
please?
for these big
Like, it would be
matches. So I'm
amazing.
happy to hear it, obviously, and I'm sure you are too.
Throw Jericho in there too.
I think this season,
He
next
seemed to
season,
do pretty good at it.
henceforth, I'm very excited because this was no easy.
But I
feat.
want
This
the
Jericho was
next.
fantastic.
I want
gave
a
some,
Jericho
crap during
Kevin
the game, 'cause
Smith
how often you get to give
Iron Man match.
Jericho
So let's
crap
say
from a safe
they have
distance.
another
Made me
match,
feel very protected.
and Jericho wins the
but
second
I
match.
really that was an
that rubber match, the third
my hat's off to
would
him.
have to be an Iron Man match.
We're the
no
quirky
matter
Mercs.
what.
Without Canada, we don't have Deadpool.
all day.
And he played like an honorary Canadian. That was quite the feat. And Kevin
I
played
think
like a champion. It was incredible
beginning
to watch.
of
I knew he'd be great at the
2021,
sport. I left a spot
they
in the
should
roster
have
from him since January. Now
another
we're in
match.
August, and the people can
Just
see
saying, a
why.
rematch.
And Kevin, that was spectacular. Man.
I think it'd be awesome.
It was
Come on.
It was so much fun, and what was so strange is going into it, I'm like, well, Kevin Smith movies category, that's going to be great for me, and it hurt me. It gave him like 4 easy questions and stuff. So I thought that was fun too. In the future, I hope there is no Kevin Smith category on the wheel. My enemies can use it against me.
Very well, Mike. But Mark, I mean, this is something. I think that what Jericho and Smith, what we didn't know, Kevin, you and I talked about this actually on SEN, is that Chris Jericho, whatever he does, whether it's music, whether it's wrestling, whatever it is, he comes to play.
Clerks animated series.
Kevin Smith is going to knock out Jericho. That certainly didn't happen. There was like 5 questions.
I didn't
deep
think that
into
would
sudden
happen.
death. He made you work here too.
I wasn't thinking
do
sudden
you think
death,
Chris
Damn.
Jericho is going to have a future in the movie Trivia Schmoedown?
Yeah, oh Lord, as long as he's got the time and whatnot, I can see him coming back. Look how well he did. He's already full of himself, and now this near victory, as he sees it, but the utter loss that I see it, probably give him enough confidence to come back to the table, face other challengers. But knowing his, wrestling type of point of view, he's going to want another shot at me for some storyline redemption and stuff like that.
Yup.
But I think
That's the way it
deny
should
him.
be.
I don't think I ever play him again. I think he has to live with this and carry it like herpes the rest of his life.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah, I see this as like Khabib Conor. Like, I love Conor McGregor, but Khabib's not going to play him again. We took down Jericho. It feels comfortable. We'll be over here taking on other comers.
Yeah.
This isn't Diaz McGregor. This is not a perma feud. We handled that.
Cool, you bet. I mean,
I don't understand those references at all, but I agree with Corey.
What I would suggest to you is you should hide. And if Kevin Smith does have a movie with Jericho in it and you get invited to the premiere, you should say no.
I will be running very far at all. But this is like I said, the quarantine is the only benefit of it.
Yeah.
I can work out all I want. I'm afraid. I accept that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Smith, 1-0 in the movie Trivia Schmoedown. Kevin, it was an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. My man, thank you so much. Can't wait.
So much fun.
Good.
So much fun. Thank you for having me. I'll be back anytime you need me. Set up matches, Coy. I'm ready. I want you to be I'll be Vincent in The Color of Money, and you be Paul Newman.
I'll set up the shots.
hustle me.
We break, we handle it, we run the game. We get a sequel. It's years later, just as good, and I'm Paulie in the corner. We got this.
Well, let's do it. Kevin Smith, good enough today. Absolutely. So, all right, we're going to drop out
Good
both
enough.
Coy and Kevin and bring back Chris Jericho and Roxy Stryer. Chris, we were just saying this too, man. Like we had mentioned, whether it's music, whether it's wrestling, you told everybody, don't just think that this guy, because he knows movies, is going to take me out easy. It's not going to happen. You guys get to sudden death. You're pretty happy that you scrapped with Kevin Smith.
First of all, I almost fell asleep while those guys congratulated each other and kissed each other's butts for the last 10 minutes. I mean, this is Kevin Smith, like I said, and he won by 1 point. I mean, the fact that I was able to I honestly thought I was going to get 0 points on this. And have to give answers like dopey dummy the whole time. But to get that far into the competition, it was a blast. I loved it. And I'm very proud of myself. If I have to lose to somebody, it's somebody who makes their living making movies and somebody who hires me to be in his movies. You see how that works? So you never beat the director of the movie that you're going to be in. You got to give him the upper hand. But I took him to the limit, and I'm very proud of that fact. Thanks to my great coach, Roxy Stryer, for leading me here. And finally, one of my dreams came true. I got to be on Schmoedown, and I almost beat Kevin Smith. It's like when Mayweather fought Conor.
Yeah.
Conor can't beat Floyd. It wouldn't look good for boxing. And Kevin can't beat Jericho. It's not good for Schmoedown. But it's probably one of the highest rated shows you're ever going to have, and one of the greatest games, not just in movie trivia history, but in history of any contest ever. I think.
I would say sports history there, Jericho. And look, you did take the loss today. As you mentioned, it might be better for your career that you lost and you get to appear in more movies. But what do you want to say on behalf of your manager, Roxy Stryer, to all of the Rock Stars fans out there, the fans of Jericho who aren't just north of the wall, they're all over the world, to the people cheering you on that we still see in the live chat with their comments of support? What do you want to say to the fans out there?
Well, I mean, like I said, it was a blast. It's a whole new world to do this. And now that I, like Kevin said, didn't get a bunch of cool world questions and things I didn't know. And I didn't even get my horror movies was one of mine. And
no, don't give away any more. Leave it at that. You don't tell them your strengths.
see, there you go. Like a good coach will tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. And one of the greatest moments ever, definitely in Schmoedown history.
Mark and Christian, let me ask you guys this.
We've got to leave real quick, so we're going to let Chris jump. And Roxy, we do want to ask you. But Chris, thank you so much for joining us, man. We'd love to have you back, and we'll talk to you really soon. Thank you.
I would come back only if Roxy is my manager. I'm team Rock Stars for life.
100 out of 100 times, baby. So proud of you today. You crushed.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks, Roxy.
Chris Jericho was great. He was great. He did exactly what we thought he was going to do here. He scrapped
such a
with
good
Kevin
match.
Smith, and it was
fun.
Sudden death. Roxy, got to be proud of what Jericho did here today.
I'm really proud of him. He did a phenomenal job. He kept his head in the game. He got an awesome steal. He knew the JTE rules and how to play them. He went to multiple choice. He had to go to multiple choice. Jericho did phenomenally, and he lost in overtime, and that's okay because we'll get them next time. But the real question is, who is the true loser today, considering this is the second time this week I've heard Kevin Smith refer to himself as herpes. So, 2 times saying that he is herpes. Really, who's losing this match?
Fair enough. I got to ask you, Rox, so we didn't get a chance to ask Chris. He said he'll only come back if you manage him. So obviously I think that there's 2 things here, whether or not you pick him up again in the draft or he comes back and plays another match. Will we see Jericho again competing in the Schmoedown?
I definitely think so. I mean, he is a busy man with a jammed schedule, a true rock star, a wrestling star. He is phenomenal. Once he puts his mind to something, he doesn't stop until he's the champion. So, yeah, as long as Jericho wants to do this, I want him on my team, and I bet we'll be seeing him back here. And the fact that Kevin Smith doesn't want to play him again shows you that he's really afraid. And I guarantee you that match, round 2, will be happening at some point.
Well, we'll see. Roxy, great match here today, and I think you did a great job with Jericho. He learned the rules. He did really well, so you guys should be proud of the performance for sure. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Roxy Stryer, the manager. Mark, this was everything we wanted it to be. It was a battle. Smith and Jericho, they performed. They came in here. They battled. They did exactly what we thought. But, the story is Kevin Smith. He does know movies. It's the reason why he's so good at what he does. He's a movie guy, and he showed it. He pulled some really good pulls there, and the strategy was in there. And now he finds himself at 1-0. And the question is,
now that they both
in his next match, is it the
in the
Barbarian?
game?
Is it a Brett Sheridan or another 1-0 competitor out there? Who can Kevin Smith play? Is it someone else that we haven't
great
seen?
stuff from
we
them.
don't know. We just know that Kevin Smith is part of the league now. How cool is that to say that Kevin Smith is part of the league, part of the Mercs, and he just picked up a big victory here for Poison Andrew and the Mercs.
That's right, Chris. I mean, you could look at all the great rookies we've had in the movie Trivia Schmoedown
Rachel
so far this
Silvestrini,
season. You look at the Marisol
Kevin
McKees
Smith
of the world. You can look at the veterans we've had forever. John Roca, William Bibiani. All of them would love the challenge of taking on Kevin Smith. But what I'm really struck by is the knowledge of both competitors, because Kevin Smith, you hear him miss a question like the answer was The Hunt. He'd seen the movie. He was talking about other stars, and it just couldn't pull that answer. And with Chris Jericho, a heartbreaker, he clearly knows his Batman. He was just thinking about The Dark Knight versus Batman Returns. So as much as they displayed with correct answers, they know even more in between their ears. So I'm looking forward to more fruit being born out of both of their very famous, very rich, and very giving mouths. It was so great to meet them, to call the match, and to do it with you, partner. We've waited a long time for it.
Yeah, this was everything.
I think we did pretty good. And thank you guys for joining us here today. You saw 2 matches. You see Ben Bateman, now the #1 contender, facing Dangerous Dan Merle for the championship on the 11th of next month. That's right, September 11th. It will happen. It will be Dan Merle versus Ben Bateman Part 2, that epic match they had in front of a live crowd in Atlanta, will now be on pay-per-view. Make sure you check that out. And we treat our Patreon, by the way, like streaming service. That's right. All the big pay-per-views that we've done. This one is actually the day, but all the ones that we do, the big matches that we do on pay-per-view. If you're part of that $10 tier,
second part,
all you do, you sign up, and it's like you can get it every week. Whenever we have one of these events, you just get it. Or you can just go to the Schmoedown Live and you get the ones that you want. It's that simple. Plus all the special exhibition matches, or just subscribe here, and we have matches that happen all the time. So please check us out. Join us here today. I'd like to thank Mark Ellis. I'd like to thank Roxy Stryer, Corey Jandrew, and the great production team that we have here, obviously, that has done so much work. And the obvious thanks to Chris Jericho and Kevin Smith for putting on a hell of a match, and to Ben Bateman and Andrew Ghai, obviously, too. But thank you guys so much for joining us here today. Can't wait to see more from both these guys and from you. So thank you. Mark Ellis, see you next time, buddy.
Hey, Christian, we're not doing a live Q&A for the patrons tonight. We appreciate all your support. We're going to go rest. And after that first match, we decided we needed a little bit of a break, and then we took it. Then we came back with a match for the ages. Thanks, everyone, for joining us tonight. That is Christian Harloff. I am Mark Ellis. Molly was snoring the whole time, and I think she enjoyed it just as much as all the fans. Have a great night, folks. We'll see you soon on the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
All right. All right, guys. That was something special. I gotta say, that was a fantastic event. You know, the whole thing. You know, both matches were like that Ghai Bateman match. I don't know what's going on with Ghai, but whew, man, that was rough to watch. But it was a hell of a match to just watch. To see Ben Bateman had that perfect game, that was awesome. And then this Kevin Smith match, Kevin Smith, Chris Jericho, man. I've been waiting for this match for so long, and it delivered. It really did. So yeah. Be sure to check out Talkin' Schmoedown. I'll be doing that. That will drop. I'll be going live Sunday. Here's the card for that. I'll be talking about all 6 matches that aired this week. You know, we've got Mike Kalinowski versus Perry Nemiroff, Mark Draco versus Matt Atchity, Chance Ellison versus David Del Rio, Tim Franco versus Tom, and then, of course, the 2 matches that we watched today. That will be going live on Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Time. So, yeah, definitely be there for that. Like I said, it's going to be live. So I hope to see you guys there. And, yeah, you know, that's really – there's really nothing else to say, because I'm going to save most of my other thoughts for Talkin' Schmoedown. But, you know, in the vein of what I say on my other show, we have been watching Schmoedown.